And we are live. Hey guys. Hold on, let me set up something real quick. Yeah, okay, great. So once people join in, we will start full chapters. So, is everything okay? Can you hear me fine? Everything is going well? Hey, Lux. What's up, man? You're holding to that Nagi profile picture. Man, I really can't wait for him, you know? Like, I never liked him before, but man. Hey guys, welcome. Wait, what's your name? Rest in peace. Okay, rest in peace and Jizz. Welcome, guys. You gotta change your name, Jizz. Make it Jazz, maybe. Hey, Nick. So, shall we start? Hey, Prince. Chris Prince. I'm doing good. What about you guys? How was the week? By the way, if you hear a kid crying, don't worry. I'm not kidnapping anyone. It's just my kid. He don't like it when I close the doors. And I need to close the door to my office, otherwise I can't stream. And so he's crying and banging at the door. You always wear a Nagi. I mean, listen. I want to see the guy come back, but I'm gonna diss him a lot in this episode, especially towards the beginning. Not because of anything he did, but because of the writer. Yeah, he keeps on banging on the door and crying. And when he doesn't hear an answer, he stops crying for a moment, then he goes, plays a little bit, and comes back. Okay, let's start. So, what we are going to do today is very simple. We are going to reread the whole game, starting from chapter 311 and then up to, what was the final chapter? Yeah, 325. So, I am going to try to dive deeper into anything. Now, don't worry, I'm not gonna diss him because of anything he did. It's just the way the writer has used him. It's not him specifically. So as I said, I'll review the whole game and we will try to get into details. I'm gonna give you guys something that no one gets. We will get everything that needs to be get. Or if that's even a word. Now that's not the issue, it's not about having it. I will talk about it in a second. So before we start with the game, I want to actually start with this chapter where we got the hint. Hold on. Wait, was it this chapter? Yeah, it is this chapter where we got the hint of what teams will Japan face in the World Cups after the group stage. I feel like a lot of people asked me on Discord, so I think I'm going to start with it. So I'm going to ignore everything about Buratsuta and Ego here. It doesn't concern me whatsoever. None of this matters. Yeah, so Henry starts talking about the World Cups. And watch this. So the only teams mentioned by name are these. So we have Brazil, which is the soccer kingdom. We have France, the champions of the previous championship. Germany due to Kaiser, England because they are facing it and it's going to be a major win for Japan in the group stages. Spain and Italy, obviously for Bunny and Lorenzo. Then it skips all the other teams and talks about the new Gen 11. So hear me out. I think these are the teams we are going to face after the group stages. So obviously we have. Oh, hold on. So I'm going to start with England because it's not going to be in the knockout stage. It is going to be in the group stage. They will face it after France. However, I think France is a special case. Yeah, so I'm 29 and my kid is like, wait, I think he is 11 months old. Hey, Raf, what's up? Welcome, guys. Yeah, I'm 29. It all has what? Yeah, I am 29. Wait, so no story. Oh, yeah. Each story has its mistakes. Okay. Listen, it's not a mistake. I don't think it is a mistake. I think he. I will talk about it in a second. Give me guys a moment. Don't worry. So, now to be honest, so we will talk about it. We will talk about everything about the teams. Hey Marv, what's up? Welcome to this. Welcome to the stream. So hear me out. As I said, England will be faced in the group stage. Then obviously France as well, but I think France will be saved for the finals, especially because it is the country who won the previous one. And because of this little motherfucker. This guy is going to be the final boss of this whole tournament. It's not going to be a rivalry with him. It's not going to be anything close to that. It's going to be how do we beat Loki? And I think at the end, I always thought maybe Isagi will reach his level, but maybe it will not be the case. Maybe at the end it would be like the Blue Lockers are strong enough that they could beat France even with Loki on it. Kind of the same what happened against the U20, like the U20 team if you think about it. Sure, they were all beneath Sai, but they beat the team that Sai played in, even when he had a perfect striker like Shido. So this will be the case for France. Then, obviously, Brazil. I expected either Brazil or Argentina. They have such an influence over like real life football. They need to be included. Germany, like after things ended with Kaiser, I think the writer is going to give us like his comeback. Him and Ness, doing their thing. Yeah, we all. I listen. As you all know, Lorenzo is one of my favorite characters. He's not the best, but like he is up there. So we want to see him, but I want to see a good U20 World Cups more. So if it is better not to include him, I'm fine with it. But you see this, I think they are going to be included because so we had France, Brazil, Germany, 3 teams. There remains only 2, which are Spain and Italy. Now, for how the brackets would go and who would they face first, I don't know. I think for the very least, we know that Loki should be the final boss, and so they will meet him in the finals. Uh, I mean, nah, that would be bad. I don't know, that would be really bad. Listen. He is, I feel the way the writer has been hyping him, he is the gateway for the Blue Lockers in order to reach the pros. He is the only guy he is the only guy in their age who is on their level. So I think they need to face him as the final boss. He needs to be the final boss of this arc. In any case, so as I said, France will be in the finals. Then, now I doubt it. I actually doubt that Kaiser would off-screen. Speaking of off-screening someone, I will talk about it in a second. So, then after it, I think Spain needs to be in the semi-finals. Like, yeah, I understand Germany off-screening Italy. I get it. But I think so. Spain is getting in the semi-finals. My first theory is actually Bunny eliminating either Kaiser or Lorenzo. Like Spain eliminating either Germany or Italy. I think that would be better. If anyone is eliminating any New Gen 11, it needs to be Bunny so they can build the hype for him. What do you guys think? Or if Blue Log gets oh my. Oh, that's actually listen, so I like the idea up until Loki versus Kaiser. I think it's going to be Loki versus Bunny if that gets done. Like if Blue Lock loses in the semi-finals, I think the finals should be Loki against Bunny. I get you guys love Kaiser and I really like him too, but come on, like it is Bunny. It needs to be Bunny. We need to build the hype for the next New Gen 11. And besides, he is the only one who is playing as a pro right now. I know not Kaiser. I know Sai supposedly needed to go pro, but I think the rule. Hold on, let me show you guys. So where is it? Yeah, let me show you the chapter because at first I thought Bunny was the only New Gen 11 who became pro, but as it turns out, if you go to chapter, I think the first chapter maybe. No. I think it's chapter 4. Yeah, so it is chapter 4. Yeah, here. So wait, hold on. No. What chapter? Oh yeah, so it is the first chapter, maybe second, I don't remember. But it is here in the first chapters. Let's go for the second chapter. So Ego is talking, the Blue Lockers, hold on. I doubt this gets interrupted, but I don't know, I don't remember. Okay, so Kira gets eliminated here, and does the chapter end? Okay, it doesn't. Okay, it's not here. God damn it. Do you guys remember? Is it? Because here, I don't remember. I don't. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, I missed it. Damn. So, where is it? Yeah, there it is. But due to the regulations, you weren't able to play a top team and return to Japan because Spain clubs like have a regulation that forbids them from signing any minors if they are foreign. Like they could sign Spanish minors, I think, with their parents' consents, but like for foreigners, they can't. And so that's the only reason Sai did not go pro. That's how crazy this guy is. Like think about it. He plays on the same level as Luna and Levy. Maybe not to their not maybe not he is not as good as them, but like look at this. The guy could have went pro. We will talk about Nigeria game. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, I think they are good in real life too. But like, it is show they've never really won a World Cup. That's the point. So like that's why the writer chose them. They are really good, but at the same time they're not Spain in his eyes. And I honestly am not against it nor for it. It is what it is. Like the game itself, I like it, but like why he chose Nigeria, I don't know. Especially because it was the first black team that we see. But to be honest, their designs were cool, so I'm fine with it. In any case, so going back to this, hold on. As I said, if Spain is to eliminate, if any of the new Gen 11 that we know gets eliminated, I think it needs to be Spain eliminating either Kaiser or Lorenzo. At first, I thought maybe Kaiser to build hype for Lorenzo, but to build hype for Bunny, but Lorenzo would also work. So I'm fine with it, to be honest. But that would mean that these are not the teams, and then we need another team. And I think it might be the US. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be America, or maybe China, but I'm leaning towards the US. Hold on, passport. I don't think I can do the voice chat thing now. I need to prepare for it. So maybe next stream. So not next stream because next stream is going to be a chapter review. We are going to do it. We are going to do it like next Friday. It's actually a good idea, Marv. Yeah. So what were we saying? Nigeria's status as African champions over both Egypt and Morocco was somewhat unsuccessful. I don't know. To be honest, I don't. We shouldn't really think about it that much because of. Hold on. What was the chapter? I think it was around when Luna spoke about Japan not winning the World Cups in 1,000 years. Maybe it was like 89. So yeah, it is around here where we meet Shido. This chapter is all about Shido. Yeah, so it is here. Yeah. So gambling your lives on a wish that will never come true. Japanese people really are world's top masochists. Like this is how the world view Asian and African teams. This is how the European and the South Americans view the other teams. They're not really a threat. They might do good here and there, but they've never really won it. Maybe back in the past, but right now it's dominated by either Europe or South America. And when I say South America, it's basically 3 to 4 teams too. So, do you get it? This is like, I get that Nigeria are the champions of Africa, but this is how the world looks at African and Asian teams when it comes to football. So, who's Kula? It's like, what country is he from and who is he? Another new Gen 11? That's actually interesting. Do you have the info? Let me get if Johnny actually shared anything about this. No. Give me a second, guys. Nigeria. I don't see anything. Yeah, like Coca-Cola. Oh, it's a theory. So is he like a real character that was hyped or leaked, or is it just a fan theory? Because I doubt the writer would include any player, like especially this late. In any case, the only reason I am here in this chapter and we're not reading the game yet is because of these teams. I think it's going to be these 5. Brazil, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, if it is a fan theory, hey, Sia, what's up? Welcome. If it is a fan theory, I don't know. Like, I doubt the writer would actually do something. Maybe a character like him, but I don't know. True, that's actually true. They were seeing France as the best, obviously. England and Nigeria were good. Then Japan. I mean, maybe after the Neo Egoist League, but I don't know. Well, Bradley Baracola, who's that? Me, Brad. Hold on. Oh, it's okay. So is a French professional footballer. Okay, maybe we'll see him like yeah, that actually makes sense. So is he a striker or what? Who plays as a forward? Yeah, but like we have the two forwards. Yeah, I get it. I saw that it was made by Iro, yeah. But like we have the two forwards. We have Bunny and Kaiser. There is no more strikers in the New Gen 11s. It needs to be like midfielders, defenders, goalkeeper, whatever, right? I don't know. I doubt we will see any other striker, like any other New Gen 11 striker. Like we're done. It's Kaiser and Bunny. Yeah, but like okay, so it says a forward. So maybe he plays as a winner. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, a left winner. Yeah, is he that great? 4 goals in 10 matches. It's not that great. I mean, but then again, he doesn't need to be Ronaldo. Or yeah. I am seeing it right here. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like France doesn't need a new Gen 11. If anything, I think the writer could do something amazing and give them the new Gen 11 goalkeeper, like as if it's just to add an added layer to their team. Because I feel like a new Gen 11, Charles and mother freaking Loki, that would be way too OP. So he's good. Okay, so his job is not finishing. Okay, I get it. But he has 0 assists too. I don't know. I don't see this as impressive. If you remember, what the other, like, back when I used to watch football, players used to get like what? 40, 30 goals a year. I remember Ronaldo and Messi doing it like consistently. But I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong to compare him to Ronaldo or Messi. In any case, let's carry on actually. Let's actually get to the game because I have a lot to say. So let's go to chapter 311. Now, so this chapter is actually one of my favorites. It gives us a little bit of like interactions between the Blue Lockers as a team. And here's where I start my Nagi rant. So you mean to tell me all of this amazingness, the writer decided one chapter is enough. You don't really need it. And then for a whole volume, he gave us Nagi crying. Like, why? If I go to any chapter before it, like, look, it's going to be Nagi crying. Okay, this one's easy. Okay. So hold on. Ego. Oh, actually, it's not that much, huh? I always thought this chapter was only about Nagi. This whole volume, I guess. Yeah, now we're back to Nagi. This must be so hard to watch, like seeing them play at such a low level. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this was time wasted. We didn't need to see any of this. I know it is his favorite, but come on, like. And by the way, for those who don't know, the sales of Blue Lock actually plummeted a lot because of this. It was a mixed factor because like the biggest arc ended and people usually drop the series after the biggest arc. Kind of like what happened with One Punch Man, people dropped it after the Monster Association arc. But also, these were dreadful. Nothing happened for like a volume and a half. And so, a lot of people stopped reading Blue Lock for a moment, and sales really dropped. However, now they are back, so, I don't know. Exactly. This should have been in episode Nagi. This honestly should have been in episode Nagi. Like imagine after episode Nagi ended, after facing the pros, we see like Nagi waking up from like a dream where he was dreaming where he was really excited about playing in Blue Lock. And so it was the Nagi, like it would be added chapters to the Nagi spin-off. Yeah, in 2023 it was the top one. In 2024 it was the fourth. It's not like it dropped by a lot, but like it was the fourth. And by the way, it dropped I think because of the Uber's game. Like the last volume of the Uber's game was really dreadful. Like people wanted that game to end, even though it did not span as much as PXG. It really was dreadful at the end. Like we knew the moment. Hold on, let me show you. Where was it? I think it's 2:30, and I think this kind of killed it. Hold on. Yes, this one. Yeah. This statement from Noah, like you're losing your startup line, you're losing your place in the starting lineup. Like this kind of made it obvious that they need to win. So I don't know. This like the game was amazing until this volume. In any case, let's get back to the task at hand. Hold on, let me read. Oh, the second. You know what's funny? The second team is actually. What do you hold on? Do you consider Hiyori to be in the second team, or do you consider Raichi and like Kuruna to be in the second team? Because I think with Hiyori playing, like Hiyori and Shido are enough to destroy Nigeria. Then you add like the likes of Baru there. Come on. Yeah, and of course we have Yuki Otoya. Otoya actually with Hiyori would play amazingly. Especially due to the horrible the horrible defending of Nigeria. Otoya would destroy them. I think the ace would be Otoya and Shido, even if Baro is there. I think Baro might score, but like the aces would be Otoya and Shido playing with Hiyori. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it would not be a 4-0, maybe 3-0, or maybe they would score because all of the defenders are in team one. So maybe Nigeria would score 1 or 2 goals, and it ends with 4-2. Exactly. Yeah. That should have been the case. Nagi cries. The next chapter, Igaguri recruits him. Point, and let's move on. In any case, let's carry on. Let's start actually with the game. So the game officially starts in chapter 312, but I want to read 311 because there is something that we all missed. You see, we have 2 teams, of course, but like we have 23 players. So how is it? Who is not playing? Well, actually, it's not who is not playing. This team, the red team, actually have 12 players, while Isagi's team, the white one, actually has 11, which is interesting. And by the way, this does not mean that this team was winning, like the white team. I get Isagi scoring is cool and all, but like here, they were fighting, but then they get interrupted. Look at this. As soon as Rin said this, and they're still huffing from being tired, Boratsuta interrupts. And if you want to, let's actually count them. So let's start with the red team. We have Yuki and Nanase, that's 2. Then we have Nico, Aryu, and Fukaku, that's 5. Then hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, then we have Baro, 6. Then Rin, 7. So we got these. Zantetsu, number 8. Give me a second. Yeah, Nanase, we've counted him. So number 8. Then Kiora is number 9. And then we have Shido, Kunigami, and Sendo. So 12 versus 11. These are the 12 players. Then the other team, actually who is actually missing? Because, hold on, let me count. So we have Aiku, we have Bachiro and Isagi, that's 3. Then we have Kuruna and we have Kiora and what's it called? We have Kuruna and Chigiri. So that's 5. Let me see. Otoya is number 6. Gagamaru is number 7. Aiku and Karasu, number 9. Then, hold on. So, is it number 9? Maybe someone... Oh, yeah. And then it's Raichi. Yeah, and then it's Raichi. So, that's 10. Yeah, I think Rio is the one missing. Yeah. Yeah, it's 2. And by the way, this, as I said, this goal does not mean that this team was losing. For all we know, it's 3-1. Like, we don't know. We just don't know. Because they get interrupted. It's not like we got the score or anything. And here's the crazy part. Isagi scored, sure, that's great. But like the other team has Rin, Shido, and Baro. So I understand they don't have a midfielder good, like they don't have a good midfielder, but like the strikers alone are still insane. Like Rin alone could score all by himself, and we all know Shido and his craziness. And Baro could snipe from and Baro could snipe at any moment with his predator eyes. So I don't know. We actually know which match is after Nigeria, Jiz. It's against France. They are going to get their asses handed to them. Which is needed, by the way. So let's start with the chapter. I wanted just to tell you this quick detail here because it's interesting. Oh, by the way, there's something else I forgot. Hold on. So this is something. So Isigi asks Ego, what's the meaning behind this? What will happen to Blue Lock? Because he thought maybe some of the Blue Lockers would not play in favor for the Buratsuta 3. I mean, we know that's happening with Sai, but what about the other two? And Ego says this, they're just options, don't you worry. The chairman is only thinking of profits. I'll exploit that to make you all stronger. Meaning, if the players he brings are good, it would only push the Blue Lockers further. However, Isigi, I don't know why Isigi is acting like an asshole in this game. Like I get telling Hiyori that you need to act quicker, but like, why do you care who plays for like Japan? Is it because he's afraid of Kira? Because he mentions Kira, so he says, anyone who loses in Blue Lock can never play on the Japanese national team. What about that rule? If Kira comes back and he gets interrupted, I won't use him. Is he afraid or is he excited? I don't know, like, I feel like Isigi is butting his head too much against Ego. Like, why do you care about this? Maybe the writer is using him as if he is the reader. Like, we could ask, what about that rule? Yeah, so then, by the way, look at this. So, setting aside Sai Itoshi, nobody who Buratsuta drags here will be a match for you guys. And the right to decide whether or not to use them lies with me and not Buratsuta. I think this is a lie. So, okay, so Sai is excluded, of course. But what about Nagi? I think Nagi now is definitely on their level. He is a genius like that. I don't know if listen, so hear me out, Marv. I know what he said. And I said, like, we could question Ego because we are readers. But like, you're just a player. Like, who cares if Kira comes back or not? This doesn't change anything for you. This is my thought on this. Like, why? I guess he could have. I guess my point is he could have understood that Ego is being forced by Buratsuta here. At least have that understanding. I don't know why he is like pushing Ego like this. And especially after what happens at the end of the game, I don't know. I feel like something is about to happen between these two. What do you guys think? Like, we know Ego chose Isigi, but I don't know. I feel like something. Yeah, he wants to be a dictator. I don't know. He's not a demon king. He is a dictator. I think. Listen. So we all have the theory of Chigiri pushing himself and his knee giving up, but that doesn't work right now because he trained under Prince, and Prince is the best at training bodies. I understand the maximum game of the Neo Egoist League was about 30 minutes. So definitely it's nothing compared to the 90 minutes of a real game. But at least I think training under Prince could give him that, right? Yeah, exactly. Isigi is so cocky right now, and that's why I think they need the loss against France. Let's carry on, hold on. So for this, nobody who Buratsuta drags here will be a match for you guys. I think this is not true. He doesn't know it, but I think Nagi will be on their level. He is a genius like that, and the mutation could happen. Give me a sec. And Kira, if he is fiending for Isigi's blood, I think he might reach this level. Maybe he was training ever since he was eliminated. And maybe he was setting his sights on destroying everything there is Blue Lock. Hey nobody bot. What's up? Welcome. The problem is not nobody argued against him more than Isigi. Nobody argued, period. Nobody talks shit to Aiko whatsoever. I feel like maybe after he got that, like maybe he got away with what he said, like in the U20 game. Now he feels cocky talking like this to him. What do you guys think? Oh shit, Baro, yeah. I mean, listen, Baro is just like, he did it with Snuffy because they had their special relationship. Ego never had a special relationship with anyone from Blue Lock. He literally doesn't care. As long as you are trying to be the best, he likes you. He doesn't care about anyone, and he only cares about his ego, which he will talk about here. Hold on, what is it? Yeah, I won't hand you guys over to anyone. It's not like he likes. Sure, he chose Isigi. Maybe he thinks he will be the best, but he does. It's not like he doesn't. It's not like he likes anyone better than any. Okay, I'm losing my words here. It's not like he likes anyone better than anyone else. To him, it's all about your performance. If you do good, you're good. If you don't, you're eliminated. In any case, enough yapping. Let's actually get to the game. Yeah, Isigi is about to be humbled. I think that needs to be happen. Like that needs to happen in the next game. In any case, let's start. So I think, what do you guys think? This is the main stadium of Blue Lock? Or does this happen all over Japan? Like, we don't get anything. We don't get any intel about this. Is this like happening throughout Japan, like in different stadiums in Japan, or is it happening in Blue Lock? Because as you all know, it's not the only game happening. There will be a lot of games happening at the same time. Yeah, I will check it. Listen, I will actually do a stream on it maybe. I think that's actually too interesting. Listen, I'm not obsessed with Isigi losing. Listen, I don't hate Isigi. I think he's one of the coolest main characters. But talking cocky like this always brings destruction. it's just like the basic of Blue Lock writing. Yeah, it's really a lot to build the whole facility. I don't know, but I think this is not happening in Blue Lock. This happens like around Japan. Maybe one game happens inside of Blue Lock, but the rest definitely happen elsewhere. In any case, I'm not going to read all of this because it honestly doesn't matter. I'm gonna say like choosing 3 players for defense is a bit sus, but I don't know. Ego seems to know what he's doing. Then of course we have Nagi again, which at this point I was fed up with him. I want to see him back, but like he was used way too much. In any case, so this is the Nigerian team. And now the U20 World Cup opening match is about to begin. It's Nigeria versus Japan. Let's get crazy, Blue Lock. Like look at Isigi is putting the little airbud in his. Japan should. Well, no, actually, that's not how the World Cup. It's not how the World Cup. How do I say it? That's not how the World Cup works. Like there is one hosting country, which in this case is Japan after the Neo Egoist League. In any case, so by the way, something that I've noticed in the previous game. Hold on, give me a second. In the previous live, I should say. You see, in the advertisement that we will get here, we will see Mikage, like Ryo's family name, Mikage, because they are official sponsors to this, which means Ryo's father is really pushing him towards his goal. Like he wants to see him see him be successful. And I feel like after the Neo Egoist League and after Blue Lock defeated the U20 Japanese team, he believed in Ryo. 3 defenders. Formation is hyper-offensive formation, so it makes sense. I mean, sure, yeah, not a lot of players need to fall back. And that's actually true because we only saw Rin fall back once. Isigi fell back like 3 to 4 times, but... And I mean, he has metavision, so he can do that. But like the likes of Rin and Hiyori, we didn't see him in defense at all. We saw Rin once, as I said. Prime Simeone. I don't know a lot of real life football, so I wouldn't know what like Simeone did. I know who Simeone is, but like I don't know what he did. Listen. We will get to the humbling point. It's not like I hate Isigi or anything. As I said, he is one of my favorite main characters. But like he needs to be humbled, and we will talk about it after the game. Let's start. Wait, what? Hold on, it immediately starts with Nigeria playing in the past? I totally forgot, you know? So apparently, go Onazi, and Obo is, holy crap, do it Onazi. our shining hope. Okay, so the announcers don't matter really. So we have so it's going to be France versus England, at the same time Nigeria versus Japan. I think this game will happen a little bit before this game, but you know, Rio's dad is using Rio's success in soccer. I mean, maybe that's the case too. You know, you never can trust a businessman. Maybe, yeah, maybe he's not supportive and he just is like helping him, but at the same time using his success as well. You know, that's actually interesting. We'll get to it after the game. Let's read the game. So, as I said, we have France versus England and Nigeria versus Japan. Let's review the regulations for this tournament. First, the 46 countries are divided into 16 groups of 4, which is standard. The only thing that is not standard is the 64. Usually it is 32, which will compete round robin style, and the top 2 teams in each group will advance to the next round. So in this group, it's obviously going to be France and Japan. There will be no other way about it. And by the way, I don't know who said it before, but this is actually true. They view France as being the best, England, then Nigeria, and finally Japan as being the worst. Even though they are the host country, which for those of you who don't know, usually the host country is always first in his group before the game starts. So this is actually telling a lot of how the world in Blue Lock sees Japan, well, at least the Japanese soccer. And I mean, you don't blame him. Nigeria is the African champion, and England is England. And of course, France is the previous champion. So these are definitely looked at better than Japan. That will leave 32 teams in the final tournament. So this is the finals that Burak Suta is talking about. These are the brackets. So Japan will be here, and I think France will be here. Then it goes like this. So the first or second should be on this side, and the other one on this side, so they don't face each other until it is necessary. Of course, including the playoff match for third place, there will be a total of 128 heated matches of this new era, because they're the they are the U20 teams. Yeah, they are the future of football. Also, during the matches, players are permitted to wear these simulations. Okay, interpretations, earbuds. Oh yeah, so it's the Mikage thing. Developed by the Mikage Corporation and utilized during the Neo Egoist League. I truly believe this device has one purpose. It's not for communication. It's solely for trash talking. It's just so Isigi, Rin, and Baru can do their trash talking. And I'm all here for it. Yeah, there will be a match for the third place, which will be interesting, by the way. Maybe like it's going to be Spain against like a really strong team, like Argentina or someone with 2 new Gen 11 players. We'll have round of 32. Yeah, I for one really forgot. Yeah, it's an extra game. So we have 5 games in the bracket: 1, 2, 3, 4, and the finals. So round of 32, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and then the cup is the finals. In any case, so I can't believe it's finally starting. This is awesome. Let's get pumped. Now then, carving out a future for Japanese soccer. And of course, it's held in Japan. They are going to be biased towards their country. That's just a given. Are the new chapter of Blue Lock Warriors. Wait, what? Now then, carving out a future for Japanese soccer are the new chapter of Blue Lock Warriors. Let the U20 World Cup begin. And by the way, look at Onazi here. He seems way too confident. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Isigi is way too confident right now. Hold on. Listen, I truly believe they will make it to the finals. They need to. They need to face. Listen, if they don't make it to the finals, I feel like it would be a wasted arc over 300 chapters, because I feel like this whole U20 World Cup, it will be like 300 chapters. So I think they need to reach that. Otherwise, it would be like a wasted time. Imagine following for all that time and then they don't win it. I mean, sure, maybe losing in the finals because Loki pulls off an insane stunt, sure. But like they need to reach the finals. Now there is bro, no way. No way. There is just no way. I think it would be bad, Brighton. They need to reach the finals, that's for sure. Now, the humiliation is going to be losing in the next game, not in the semifinals. I think the semifinals will be against Spain and they will face Bunny. And the MVP will be Rin saving his brother Sai. That's my prediction, which will happen in like 4 years maybe. Oh, it's actually will happen in like 6 years. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt Kaiser would eliminate Japan. Like, because that would be a letdown. That means Loki did not do anything. Like, sure, they beat him in the next game, but that's not as important as losing in the brackets. In any case, let's start. So, Nigeria has the ball and it starts with Kuso. He immediately dribbles past Isigi and look at this. I just love this. The moment he went to the right of Isigi, look at Ren. He's already on the move. This is insane. Like, the Blue Rockers never played like this. This is insane. The Neo Egoist League really elevated them so much. And we will see a lot of this. Look, he already blocked his road. I love this. Yeah, I am from Algeria. I showed it in the last stream. I am from Algeria. Yeah. Now I think they need listen guys. I'll explain it from like a marketing or a business standpoint. This World Cup is going to be around 300 chapters, right? There is just no way about it. 5 games in the brackets and 3 games in the group stage. There needs to be at least 300 chapters, which is double what we had from Blue Lock. And Blue Lock has been going on for almost 7 years. So, do you think the writer would waste all of that just so Japan could lose in the semifinals? I doubt it. I really doubt it. And by the way, Japan is really strong. Think about it. Isigi and Rin are on the new Gen 11 level. And we have Sai. Then we have the likes of Shido and Baro. Then we have Bachira, Ryo, and Hiyori. Like, this is a very strong team. Demon King, that's never happening because why would they need to lose 3 times? Yeah, listen, guys. I think just because it's going to be a waste of time, there is no way Japan loses before the finals. They will lose in the group stage, but that doesn't matter as much as losing and getting eliminated. Nah, listen, the writer, listen. I know his favorite character is Nagi and whatever. The writer glazes only one player and it's Isigi. And that's fine, he's the main character, it's his story. It's not Kaiser's story. You need to understand this. I like Baro, I like Noah, but I understand Isigi needs to beat them. The story needs to be structured around Isigi. He loses here and there, but overall he needs to be the best. And I doubt the writer would waste like 5 years only for them to get eliminated. Blue Lock would probably stop being so, like, people will stop reading it. In any case, let's carry on. So as I was saying, immediately after Kuso starts dribbling, look at this. Immediately Rin is on him. I love this. This is such a small detail that shows that the Blue Lockers really attained a new level in the Neo Egoist League. Then, so Kuso makes his calculation, shortest, fastest, best answer. And I like this. Bachira is immediately on it. However, Bello does his only feat. Yeah, listen, the finals, it's going to be against Loki. Sometimes the most predictable option is the best. Like, it doesn't need to be like Attack on Titan level twist. So, hold on, I'll show you. So, I live here. There you go. I live here, yeah. So it's in the east, northeast, you could say. We're very close to Spain. We're very close to Tunisia, you know. So also, hold on, let me see. Group stage may be over by chapter 370. I don't think France. Yeah, that could be the case, you know. But here's the thing. If you remember the Neo Egoist League, the first game was only one volume. Like the whole FC Barca versus Bastard Munich, that was only one volume. But this game is actually close to 2 volumes. So I think it's already going way slower than the Neo Egoist League. I don't know, maybe the game against France needs to be fast, but like, I don't know, I don't see this arc being less than 300 chapters. Oh wait, you're actually Algerian? I did not know that. You know, message me on Discord. We can talk on Discord. Fukaku versus the Nigerian keeper. You know what? I could actually do it. Listen, I could do it, but I will do it for like April Fools. You know? Let's do it for April Fools, like Fukaku versus the Nigerian keeper. Which, by the way, the Nigerian keeper would win for sure. You know why? You know why? Because he has 1 feet where he stopped Hiyori's shot, while Fukaku has. Well, actually, Fukaku has 1 feet against Ren. You know what? I'll do it for like April Fools. In any case, let's carry on. So Bello uses his agility, I guess. He has a little bit of agility here to completely destroy Bachira, but that's his only feat. Like, you have to understand, this guy was hyped with the other with the other 3, but these do something. But Bello did nothing after this. In any case, so rapid attack, that pass was too sloppy. So like, I like this. They kind of baited Bachira and then they baited Aryu. Bro is risen in the air. Nah, it's all good since I am here. Bro, listen, look how confident he is. He thinks he owns the world. He thinks he is like him. So he jumps over Aryu, which, by the way, I think Aryu wins in the air. Maybe it needs a matchup, but like, he jumps over him because he did not expect it. Then, of course, Aiko comes to the rescue. But watch this. Look at this. Before Aiko could do anything, Unazi was always shooting. Wait, you are? You know, if you are Algerian, message me in like on Discord. Maybe, yeah. Message me on Discord, because I think I might need some script writers if you guys like need a job, maybe. I don't know, not yet, but like, message me on Discord. Oh wait, hold on. So Spain or Germany are nah. Listen, as I said, Loki needs to be the final obstacle for Japan. So the best goal is actually Rin's. Yeah, it's Rin's. Rin's goal is the best. There's just no, it's not even close to. Isagi's goal is kind of close, but like, it's Rin's. And I'll talk about why Rin is better, like why Rin's goal is better. Oh, welcome guys, yeah. Message me, you know what, message me on Discord. That's actually interesting, I did not know that. In any case, let's carry on. So, Nico here blocks the... So as I was saying, look at this. Even with Aiko pressing him, and this is Aiko we're talking about. Nah, listen, yeah, it is, listen, it's Rin's goal is the best. Isagi, I'll talk about it. I spoke about it earlier, but I'll talk about it briefly here. The problem with Isagi's goal is definitely the defense. He did not have, like, no pressure whatsoever. He was able, like, to do whatever he likes. Unlike Rin, who had to compete with Isagi to score a more flashy goal. But we'll talk about it when we get there. What I was saying, look at Onazi here. He's actually very strong. A lot. The MVP is Bachira. It's obvious. Like, if you think anyone else is the MVP besides Bachira, I don't know what you've been watching. I understand Isagi is credited for controlling the game, but like 3 assists and scoring himself, yeah. So as I was saying, this is Aiko we're talking about. This is one of the best defenders. Yet, Onazi was able to shoot. Now, Gagamaru is very close, and you know he was never going to score. There is just no way. But, look, so Nico needed to intervene to stop it. And I think, you know what, I think a regular goalkeeper could save this. I feel like Aiko did not leave him any space to shoot except this one, which the goalkeeper was already close. And it shows how insane Aiko is. But to be honest, I don't know, this is a feat for Onazi as well. The guy is insane in the air. In any case, moving on, so Nico finds the gap, and this is thanks to Metavision. You could like scan the field once and you can see it. And watch this, the writer is no longer giving us the Metavision pattern. He no longer needs to tell us. It's, you know what, listen, it's competing with your own teammate. That's what I'm saying. It's like it has more pressure than Isigi doing whatever he likes because Kusu and Unazi did not pressure him. And also, like, Rin actually flew over Isigi. Don't get me wrong, Isigi's goal is insane. And I gave that chapter 10 on 10. But like, nah, Rin's is better. In any case, let's carry on. So, as I said, the writer no longer shows us Metavision because he expects us to know when the player is using it. So finding the gaps is definitely Metavision. Look at Unazi, he still is cocky. He still thinks he got this. Like, you stopped me once, I can score multiple times. Yeah, right. Keep on dreaming. So Karasu does what he does best, snatching the ball. He did, you know what? In the PXG game, he did this so much, it honestly was crazy. The amount of balls that Karasu actually caught is rather impressive. He looks like a Kardashian. Like, he's a Kardashian snatching balls. Okay, I need to stop. Especially black balls. Okay, I need to stop. Okay, Onazi is insane in the air. You know what? The reason I'm bringing this, because you look at them at first and how the game went, you kind of forget that they are insane players. But like, these are actually good players. They're not Kaiser level or anything, but these are really good. In the NEL, I think Onazi and Obo specifically would do great in the NEL. Yeah, Daniels. I'm giving Rin props for not being a team player. You know why? Because it's Blue Lock. This is not like Kurokono Basket where you need to be a team player. This is Blue Lock. You need to score. Yeah, Japan versus France is going to be France, and they're going to dismantle Japan. Yeah. Actually, that's true. Yeah, Karasu has been catching black balls since the U20 game. We need to stop. If you know the meme, hold on. I don't know if you know the meme. Yeah, this one. It's like it's a Family Guy meme on the Kardashians. Like, this is what I'm talking about. In any case, let's carry on. So Nico stops it, Karasu snatches the ball, and this is interesting to me. Blue Lock 2.0. You know what this is all about? They've all reached a new level in the NEL. Blue Lock before the Neo Egoist League is a completely different team than this. Like, you have to understand, if this team, minus Aiko of course, faces the U20 Japanese team, even with Sai and Shido, they would destroy them. I know Sai is insane and might be better than all of them, but like, one guy cannot change all of this. So, striker, as you mean pure striker. So, as a pure striker, I think Isigi is the strongest. Isigi, listen, we don't know Bunny, of course, so I'm excluding Bunny. But like, as the player who has the highest chances to convert 0 to 1, it's Isigi. It's not even close, by the way. I think it's Isigi followed by Baro and Shido. As like a more well-rounded player, not well-rounded, but like a more complete striker, like a striker that can do it all. He can dribble, he can duel, he can shoot, he can do it all. I think Rin is the best. But like, as pure striker, as the guy whose sole job to convert 0 to 1, I think Isigi is the best. I think Isigi and Kaiser, of course. I think Kaiser is always on his level. Yeah, I think in that match, yeah, France is going to humble. Loki needs to humble Isigi, especially after what he said at the end of the NEL. Yeah, it is confirmed they are going to be playing France. I think it was confirmed in chapter like where we got Bunny. No, not Bunny, but maybe Sai talking about Bunny. I don't remember. Hold on, give me a second. So 304, I think. No. 308 maybe? 307, let's see. Yeah, so it's after this one. Give me a second. Oh no, it's not. It's not this one. I don't remember. I think it was confirmed. It was confirmed that it's going to be. It was confirmed that it's going to be against Nigeria, obviously the first game, and then it is going to be against France, leaving England last. Or maybe was it? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. Was it just a theory from fans? But I don't know. It makes more sense to be honest because they lose against France and then they have a big game against England. Like that game against England is going to be on the level of Ubers and PXG. Maybe even better. In any case, let's carry on with the chapter. So Karasu catches the ball and he immediately gives it to his favorite fanboy, immediately to Hiyori. Now, this is something interesting. Look at this. So the ball goes to Hiyori. Kusu is trying to get back, but like immediately he passes it not to Isigi, but rather to Ren. Which I want you to focus on this because Hiyori will never pass to Isigi in this game, which is just insane. So yeah, by the way, for Shido fans, I actually think about it this way. Shido is going to be the only player to shine, against France. I think Loki will dominate everyone except Shido. Because Shido is always like that. See, Shido will score no matter what. And I feel like that game he would shine. He would score maybe 1 or 2 goals, given the only goals to Japan. And it's fitting, to be honest. It is really fitting. In any case, as I said, Hiyori never passed to Isigi in this game, not once, which is really disturbing. Maybe he took what he told him in the previous chapter or like the before previous chapter to heart, and he is really angry at Isigi. But we don't know. In any case, so he gives it to Ren. Hold on, where is it? Time to reflect. With just a few touches, they've made it to the front line. This is how effective Blue Lock is. They don't even need to see each other. So Karasu catches the ball. Look at this. Before he falls to the ground, he passes it. Look at Kuso. Kuso is still looking like he's still reacting to the ball in the air. And Karasu already made his move. This is what MetaVision and like prediction enables you to do. Kuso did not even understand the ball has landed. Yet Karasu is already passing. I love this. This shows really how strong these guys are. And of course, Hiyori immediately connected as soon as he saw Karasu go into the ball, before he even jumped. Hiyori placed himself in a place where Karasu could give him the ball easily. Of course, then look at this. Hiyori, with just one touch, he destroys 2 players. He gives it to Rin, who destroys another 2 players. That's how how insanely effective Blue Lock is. Yeah, so Rin Itoshi is slipping past, one after another. And like, look at Obo, he thinks he got it. No way, gonna stop you. No way, bro, like, I'm the beast of destruction. What the fuck you talking about here? He tells him, you're lukewarm. I hate this translation, by the way, about Tippett. I love lukewarm. Like, you're not hot, you're not cold, you're just lukewarm. I'm convinced that Hiyori was kind of... Yeah, Hiyori was not kind of mid here. Hiyori was mid. Like, Hiyori was mid. He got changed with Chigiri, and I think Chigiri ego is trying not to break his leg. But like Hiyori, he was just bad. I think Raichi did a better job. Like honestly, Raichi did a better job than Hiyori in this game. And maybe that's his downfall. Maybe he was great in the Ubers game and then he kept on falling. We don't know. I mean, the writer could take it any way he likes. In any case, so Ren, obviously with the Predator eyes, like, you're way too late. And look at this. He shot the ball between his arm and his body. That's how insane these eyes are. That's what they enable you to do. Like Baru shooting between 2 legs, like Baru lining everyone in one line and then shooting through them all. That was impressive. But this, look at this. Between his arm and his body. Yeah, we'll get to Hiyori and why he is shooting. I don't know, man. Like, that was really stupid. And look at it. He got shocked. And this is what I'm talking about. The level of the Blue Lockers is insane. First, Karasu played before Kusu reacted. And Rin shot before Obo reacted. Like, regular players cannot even comprehend MetaVision and the Predator eyes. That's how much, like how insane these eyes are. Not just the Predator eyes, but Metavision too. And by the way, I love that, for example, the writer doesn't show us Metavision. Look, he is not showing us Metavision. But like he shows us the Predator eyes because Metavision shined a lot in the NEL and a lot of people knew how to expect it. But now everyone knows. However, the Predator eyes did not shine as much and so he needs to show them. However, of course, Unazi saves the day. And to be honest here, I thought he might have Metavision. But it turns out he is like a genius. So he did this all through instinct. He doesn't actually know what he is doing. He's just doing it through instinct. Or maybe not instinct, through genius. And he tells them, it's all... By the way, look at the goalkeeper. He did not even react. That's how insane the Predator eyes are. Look, the goalkeeper did not even react. He did not see the ball. Like, Ren shot, and Obo is in his face. It's Ren. No, I think it's Nagi. It's either Nagi or Ren. I think if it's not Isigi, it's gonna be either Nagi or Ren. Those are the ones who could be main characters. I mean, Ren was the main character in season 2. It was all about him and his relationship with Sai, and actually Isigi was the villain. Yeah, so and Nagi too because he is his favorite character. As I was saying, the Predator eyes completely destroyed like the Nigerian team if it wasn't for Onazi. In any case, he says it's all good since I am here. Woza, Onazi stopped it. Why was he over there? Such crazy momentum. So this is what I'm talking about. The guy is a genius. Like there is no thought behind his plays. He is just using his genius. Yeah, but like useless against who? Useless against Aiku, who's been dealing with it the whole NEL. Do you understand? Like, I'm not saying Metavision is an OP weapon against the Blue Lockers. It shows the level. The Blue Lockers are operating on a higher level than these because of Metavision and the Predator eyes. That's what I'm saying. We will do the prediction after we read the game. In any case, so he stopped it. The announcer is actually shocked why he was there. However, look at this. No, I have already transcended them. And this is something we did not understand at the time, but yeah, bro, we will do the reaction, we will do the prediction after we read the game. Don't worry. So as I was saying, Isigi said transcended them, which means this whole play of Onazi saving them and like their whole playing style, Isigi is already a step ahead. And as we will see, it's not just Isigi. Karasu is also a step ahead, and so is Aiku. In any case, I can see a vision to our victory. I wonder if he would say the same against Loki. In any case, moving on. So, immediately as I was saying about Karasu and Aiku, we got Aiku. It's just like the simulation. The Nigerian players are leveraging their physical abilities to make and receive outrageous passes and then finishing by passing to their ace striker to score goals, which is obviously by Blue Lock standards a death sentence to any team. If you just rely on one striker who can't break through the defense, you're really in a bad shape. In any case, something that is interesting here, Aiku is playing on defense, but he is explaining how they play on offense. Like, I don't know why. I expected, like when I saw Aiku when I read in this the chapter, I expected him to talk about like how, or maybe that's actually true. That's his job to stop him on offense. What am I saying? In any case, it's a single endpoint system, kind of like the Ubers was, but like Ubers had Borrow, which he always breaks through any restriction you put on him. But Onazi failed in this game, obviously. In any case, second ball. As for us, we have an egoist system that can score from anywhere. We're different types, but we both play hyper-offensive soccer. Yeah. It's just as we imagined. Now this is actually interesting. So it can score from anywhere. And then we will get the likes of Hiyori shooting, which I did not understand. I thought Hiyori set his sights on becoming a midfielder. If you remember, sure, Sai shot in the U20 game, but he rather not to do so. He passed, and then when the passes failed, he decided to shoot. However, However, for some reason, Hiyori is trying to shoot, and I don't know why. In any case, so Obo beat Rin, and it's an air battle, and Obo is very tall, so it is to be expected. A clash of offense versus offense. I made a nice clear. Really, guy, you're gonna get destroyed by this little, by this little Itoshi here. Good one, Obo. Time for a rapid counter. However, look at this. Immediately as he gets the ball, Isigi is in his face. And it's not just Isigi. He responded so fast. He gave, like, Ryo gave him 1 second to say, "You are good." And he finds Ryo on him. I really like this. Blue Lock is playing so efficiently now. Unlike the way they were before. So he came to crush me with a high press. These guys. Again, this is what I hate. These guys. Is this guy for real? The writer used them a lot. In any case, time to hunt, yeah. By the way, you know what they are doing here? It's a bait. They know he is a dribbler. So what they did, they restricted his freedom. They did not allow him to dribble. What would a freedom type player do in a situation where he is restricted? He would look for another player, which Kuso did, and Unazi facilitated. Look at this. Kuso, I'm here. Nice backup, Unazi. Is it? Is it really? Look, he's calling them ordinary. I love Karasu when he talks like this. He doesn't need to tell you, like, he doesn't need to use profanity to insult you. He just insults you with, like, the basics of style. Like, you are just ordinary. You're Mr. Ordinary. Like he said it to Isigi before. And I love that Unazi did not expect it. Like, he really thought that he could keep on playing the way he did and Blue Lock will not react to him. Which country do you think will meet another U20 player? You mean UGen 11? Listen, I am one of those guys who think England needs to have a new Gen 11 in order to compete. England needs it, and I don't know. Maybe I think he either would be like a wing, like a left or a right wing, or a defensive midfielder. That's what I think. That's my prediction. Well, actually, we will talk about that when we reach it. Obo was in flow. When in flow, you could do something outside of your league. It doesn't mean you are on that level. Think about Hiyori in the Ubers game. He was in flow. He did insane, like he played insane. He could dribble past the whole team. He tricked Lorenzo. And then in the PXG, when he wasn't in flow, he could not. Do you understand? Like, when you are in flow, you get a massive boost. But like, the whole thing with Blue Lock is that you need to master the way to get to that flow. You need to keep on getting into that flow so you make it your current level. Yeah, what's up, man? What's up, gamer? Gamer ZZ. That's actually true, yeah. Isigi could have Isigi could have met the new Gen 11. Nah, listen, if you think Karasu is trash, we're gonna have a problem here. We're gonna have a problem here, man. If you think Karasu is trash, listen. Not only is he one of my favorites, but like, he's one of the best players after the most insane. You know, when you are done with like the likes of Bachira, Baro, the new Gen 11, Isigi, and Ren, you get to this motherfucker. No, listen, I'm gonna do Karasu versus Ryo soon enough, and we will see who is better. I think, listen, Ryo should be better than anyone, but like, it's all about his mentality. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, Karasu, if you go to the PXG game, if they didn't have Karasu, Bayern Munich would have destroyed them. Either that or Rin needed to awaken sooner. And even still, Karasu was the one holding the team together. Yeah, okay. You had me for a second. And he is true. Yeah, that's true. He is the most consistent player in Blue Lock. He might not have pulled like insane plays like Nagi or Baro or whatever, but like, he's always steady and he is always good. And by the way, I know I'm interrupting something here, but I need to show you. Like, at the end of the U20 game, right before Rin challenged Sai. Look at this. So Obviously, Isigi, Baro, and Nagi all rushed Sai like idiots, but then look, it's this guy who was the true leader. It was not Ren. This guy was the true captain of the team. Don't rush in, you morons. I'll buy us some times. You can't stop Sai. So what do? You buy some time so the defense can settle in and stop Shido. That's the only way he saw it. And he's always been like this. He's always been the guy who knows what needs to be done. What do you mean Bachira is more consistent? I mean, if you think about scoring, definitely Bachira is more consistent. But like as in keeping a level, I don't know, I feel like Karasu is more consistent. I don't know, maybe. And it's funny because his friend, which is Hiyori, is the opposite, and his other friend, which is Otoya too, they are the opposite of consistency. They always are great in one game, but they suck in the other. In any case, let's carry on. So, Karasu insults them and he tells them, you are way too ordinary. Your plays are way too obvious. And again, I don't know what they expected. They are seeing that the Blue Lockers are insane in their presses, and you expected that the same play would work 3 times? It worked once, twice, but now 3 times? Nah, come on. In any case, so Unazi say, oopsie, our coordination was suddenly rendered ineffective. They saw through us. In just 2 minutes, Blue Lock has already started adapting to us. You see what's funny? Listen, this guy is a talented learner, and he is very smart. But like the difference in league is so big that he thinks that they already started adapting. However, if we go back to the previous chapter, where is it? Hold on, give me a second. Blue Lock already won. They're not starting to adapt. They already won. Let me read. I feel like it is ridiculous to say a flow Metavision Karasu is relative to Charles. I mean, it's not about ridiculousness. We've seen it. We've seen Karasu be on Charles's level. They both have their own strengths, of course. Karasu is more defensive while Charles is more offensive. But like, we have this whole panel showing us that they are on the same level, and that their meta vision is on Isigi and Kazu's level. Hold on, well, where was it? I think it was 280 maybe. Give me a second. No, I don't remember. Maybe 282. When Isigi and Kazu work together. No, it's 289. No, I don't remember. I'm getting confused. Yeah, so it's the chapter after this one. So they team up against Ren. Of course, they stop and they go, and then they get stopped. Which, by the way, you can see it. Hold on, give me a second. Look at this. You can see Isigi, and he is totally free. In his eyes, he is totally free. And, well, not free, but like there is one guy here. However, look at Karasu going. He understands that because there is this player here, Karasu understood that he doesn't need to rush. He did not get into Isigi's vision. He gave him the space he needs and then showed up at the last moment. This is how Metavision works. You don't need to rush in so the other player could account for you. You lay back. You let this player take the fall, which is, I think it's Gabin, yeah. You let Gabin take the fall, and then, bam, Karasu shows up. Which is insane, by the way. And a quick thing, look at how close Gabin is to Isigi. Which is something interesting when we get to Isigi's goal. But like this is what I'm saying. And then, when Kazer gets the ball, he thinks he is free, Chaz comes in. And this whole panel showing us that their metavision is on Isigi and Kazer's level, and they are kind of on the same level. Yeah, he's a Vanguard, yeah. So, I think like the defensive midfielder has a more crucial role to defend in more than the defenders themselves. If you control the midfield, and I know this not from like real life football, I know this from when I used to play football. I remember I had a friend who dominates the midfield. Like whenever you turn, whenever the ball is going anywhere, he is there by it. That guy alone saves the defense from a lot of trouble because he would stop an attack before it even starts. That's how important this motherfucker is. Yeah, okay, stop, guys. Yeah, gaps need to be filled. In any case, so as I was saying, Kusu thought that they are starting to adapt to them, but like as Isigi said it, well, Blue Lock already won. They already won in the first 2 minutes. Yes, he is a defensive midfielder. That's what CDM. Okay, I won't. I mean, sure, I won't, but like, I don't know, I might slip. In any case, yeah, I will try. I will try to keep it to tone it down. Don't worry. So Karasu is a clutch DM. Yeah. In any case, so what was I saying? So he thinks that they start adapting to us, but like in reality, they are about to score here. And when I like, look at Hiyori. He's almost free. If they give him the ball and he gives it to Ryo or like Isigi, like if they give him the ball, what would Kuso do here? Would he cover Ryo or would he cover Isigi? And both can score. Like Nigeria is just done for. Yeah. Don't touch my boy Karasu, yeah. It's okay. In any case, so here they come, cover blue-haired guys, cover the blue-haired guy. Yeah, of course, look out there. But then, look, the attack, and I think Ryo also is insane here. The attack seems to be going to the left. Then, all of a sudden, Karasu, nah, we'll go to the right. And look at this. They were completely baffled by what they did here. They did not understand it. But like, because they are a hyper team, they are all focused on scoring, they could go from any position. Even a midfielder like Hiyori. He's putting this much threat on Nigeria. In any case, so then obviously Chigiri burst with his speed. And by the way, you all know Karasu played a lot with Chigiri. So, you know, he understands and he likes this guy. So he gave it to him. But hold on, excuse me. I'm a real bully, you know. Look at this. Bro, as I said, he insults you with like the mildest of burns, but it really hurts. What is only good because Nagi not being present. Yeah, I think that's true because when Ryo focuses on Nagi, he loses his originality. In any case, so Chigiri bursts and Kuso. By the way, Kusu is like the smart guy from Nigeria. We will get a lot of dialogue from him. This time, rather than charging up the middle, he's racing up the side. Watch for a cross. Of course, too slow. Okay, I don't think he actually said this. Oh, my Discord. No, you can find it on my Discord server. Go to any of my videos, you'll find the Discord invite link there, and then you can add me. Yeah, I reply to anyone, don't worry. Yo, hey Metavision, what's up, man? How's it hanging? So, for the Nigerian players, I think they all fall under the same plane. The number 5 guy is the goalkeeper who saved one goal. Then I think Bello is number 4, Kuso is number 3, Obo is number 2, and of course Onazi is number 1. I think it's like this. At first I thought this is the second guy, Kuso is the second guy, but like the way things went in this game, Obo is definitely the second guy. How are you doing? Nigerian. Wait, you think Henri is useless? Henri is just fan service. That's her own, that's the only reason she exists. She's a fan service. In any case, let's carry on with the game. So of course Chigiri is saying they are too slow. No the acceleration cross. So here he did not accelerate at all, which means he did not give them any time to breathe. And notice where Ryo is. Ryo is far ahead, which means Isigi, when he got the ball here, he could have shot, he could have gave the ball to Rin, and he could have gave the ball to Ryo. He had all of these options, but he chose Bachira, of course. In any case, oh no, that's Rin. Isigi is back there. So yeah, as I said, so he could have given it to Rin, to Ryo, or Hiyori from the other side. Oh, that's actually true. Yeah, that's actually true. The writer is using her as the dumb character that needs to get explanation, and that's why like Ego is always explaining things to her, so he could explain it to us. Yeah, that's actually a good thing to say. In any case, so the ball is obviously heading towards Isigi, and Onazi comes in. So I want to ask you guys: do you think Isigi could have scored here? You know where he is? He is about to get to like the line. I think he definitely could have scored. This level of pressure is like trash. If you remember, look, he could have definitely scored. Like this could have been scored by Isigi back in the FC Barca game. No, sure, maybe back in like the Manshine City game with Metavision. Yeah, I am reading the comments. Don't worry. Yeah, I am reading the comments. He doesn't need to fake. Onazi is on the far side. He could have scored. He could have shot before he actually did anything. Isiki here did not. He just did not want to. I think he wanted to teach Onazi a lesson. Like, I know your direct shot is bad news, Isiki Yoichi, but like you're not covering it. Look at this. This is like this is so abysmal. Like this is not defense whatsoever. But look, if we go to the Manshine City game, give me a second. When was it? I think it was 184 when Kunigami snatched the ball. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's in the next chapter. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need to prove himself. I think he really wanted to destroy Onazi. I wanted like I want not me. I think he wanted to show him that this much pressing and defending is just trash. Look at this. When Kaiser wanted to stop Isigi, he completely killed his course. Now Obo is not in front of him. Look where Obo is. Obo is actually way behind. No, not way behind. He is to the left. You know what? Between Mensa and Birkenstock, that would be like an hour video. They've done so much in the Neo Egoist League. They have a lot of feats. That's true, yeah, he restricted himself a lot until the end. Isigi restricted himself. He didn't care. Yeah, he actually passed. Not he could have passed. Yeah, Obo is far, and there is one defender, but Isigi could score still. Like it's not unheard of him to score here. Yeah, he was the 12th team member of Manshine. That's true. In any case, as I said, this abysmal defendant will haunt Nigeria once more when Isigi scores. In any case, so Isigi teaches him a lesson. Your best weapon is your ability to appear anywhere to help with offense or defense. You're using your unlimited mobility. I wonder if it is mobility or stamina. I don't know if this is like the correct translation here. But anyways, trapping, shooting, jumping, your high basic stats let you run freely all over the field, and that keeps the Nigerian team invigorated. So like, you are the heart. He's telling him you are the heart that is pumping the blood. To put it in another way, if we don't let you touch the ball, if we don't let you touch the ball, your team is dead in the water. This level of trash talk from Isigi and Karasu is just insane. They're telling them, listen, I'm not going to insult you. I'm not going to say you are shit. I am going to simply say you are way too ordinary to compete with me. So, for the Blue Locker, I used to hate Ren. I used to hate Ren a lot. But like after this game, I really like him. my whole point with hating Ren was his mentality sucked. And I'm all about mentality. I like Noah and Baru specifically because of their mentalities. So seeing someone like Ren before, I really hated him in like the PXG game. But now that he fixed his mentality, I kind of like him. Thinks the point of Blue Lock is to make talented learners to... So I mean, you know what? That's actually a good theory. Like ego's mentality going into creating Blue Lock is like this. I need to elevate geniuses and I need to make talented learners react to them. That would force geniuses to actually mutate and talented learners to adapt further. That way we can get the best. That's actually a good explanation for how ego is training them. You know what? I don't like the title Demon King. We have a demon, which is Shido, and we have the king, which is Baru. Maybe the writer could have used something original. The worst thing about trash talk is that it is correct. Yeah, exactly. What am I saying? They say correct things. Like Karasu telling them you are so ordinary. It's correct. Like it is the best type of trash talking. Yeah. So I hate Rin because he is not because of Sai, because of what he did in the PXG game. Like his mentality was so rotten. I really do not like him. So first, as you all know, he did not score where he could have. And I remember it in chapter 275. Let me see it. No. What am I talking about? Like, it's 273. So here. So he pulls an insane feat. So he destroys 3 players. He pulls an insane feat. And Kaiser and Isigi are late. They are way late. Like, what are those moves? They did not expect him to turn like this. They expected they would dribble between them and they would show up. However, he turned all of a sudden. And they were too late. He could have shot. However, he decided not to. The reason I don't like it. Let's say the game was 2-2-2. This would be good. Like you're doing it because you want your final goal to be insane. However, they are losing 2-1. By scoring this, you're not ending the game. You could have scored this one and then went on a bigger rampage, scoring a better goal. That's why I hate him. However, this was not enough. Then the guy went out of his way and cost PXG the game. Or is it this one? No, it's the one before. So look at this. Give me a second. So the whole team is fighting. Karasu is fighting, Zantetsu is fighting, Charles is doing his best. He gives the ball to Shido, who gets jumped by Kunigami. And look at this, Kunigami destroys him. Obviously, physically speaking, Kunigami is the best, so he destroys him. With whatever left to him, he actually gives the ball to Ren. That's a good thing from Shido. Sure, maybe it is stupid. Not stupid, maybe he should have been selfish and shot, but like I feel like he was too far and Kunigami pressing him. I don't think it would have been good to shoot here. And also, by the way, just to compare him to Unazi, watch how Kunigami presses Shido. He's destroying him. But watch this idiot. Look at this. The guy is stronger and faster and more agile than Isigi, yet this is what he did. And he came from behind, talking shit. Like, look at Kunigami. Kunigami immediately hit Shido. Like, give me the damn ball. And then, look at this. So Rin here understands because Isigi is on him, Kaiser is coming. However, look at what Shido did. Shido, we all know that Shido is faster than Kunigami. So after falling and through his instincts, he immediately went on the offense. If he gave the ball to Shido here, I don't think Yura would have stopped him, and a direct shot would have ended Bastard Munich. Like, seriously, Isigi thought, though, Ren obviously is not going to pass. And that's bad, especially because you know it's 2-on-1, and it's Kaiser and Isigi. It's not like 2-on-1 against Fodor like Nigeria. It's Kaiser and Isigi. If he just, like, I understand it's his mentality, he would not actually pass, but like, he cost them the game. Here, he actually cost them the game. Now, there is another instance where he actually cost them the game once more, which is when Isigi scored. So, Ness obviously gets the ball. my problem with this, obviously no one expected what Ness is about to do except Isigi, who started running. What Isigi did was something actually amazing. He ran towards Kaiser and Shido. And look, by the way, Isigi is on the run and Shido still did not react because Ness still did not pass. Obviously, as soon as Ness passed, where is it? As soon as Ness passed, Shido is trying to stop Kaiser. And Isigi went towards Kaiser and Shido here. Rin, instead of like going the other way, he actually collided with them. Like, I don't understand this. Like, why would you do that? He collided with Shido and Kaiser. I did not understand it. Like, why not? Because he knows they are there. Like, when the ball was in the air, he knows where they stand. This is where Kaiser and Shido are. So when Isigi runs this way, you shouldn't fall for this. Like, you shouldn't fall for this. I don't know. To me, it was like, this is why I hate Rin. But then after, we will read it in this game, but then after his awakening in this game, I kind of like him. Instead of just going insane and going blind, he actually now uses the anger that Isigi and his brother give him. In any case, so as I said, Isigi with the trash talk, that is correct. It's not as if all of Blue Lock has adapted to us. Every switch between offense and defense to keep the ball away from Onaze starts with Isigi Yoichi. And that's not true. Okay, I'll read Kaiser's explanation. Give me a second. Yeah, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Isigi did not do this. I said Isigi run towards them. Do you understand? That's the point. Shido is on Kaiser, and Shido is more agile than Kaiser. Like, there is no reason for Ren to go to Kaiser. Listen, if Isigi drove him like this, going like this, do you understand? Going like this, Ren should have went a little bit wider, just so he doesn't collide with Kaiser. Maybe this is a split-second decision that he fumbled, but I don't know. Do you understand me? Yeah, exactly. Shido has the physicality to stop Kaiser. Like, when the ball is in the air, Shido beats Kaiser. Like, I believe it. But the problem is, I feel like he doesn't trust Shido or whatever. And like, I don't know. And even if Kaiser tries to trap and do anything, Charles was way too close, and Kunigami is on the ground. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Shido should have only focused on Isigi. Even if he moved faster than him, Isigi was way too far for him to shake off Rin completely. At least he could have done something instead of doing this. Look at this. Look at this dude. Look, the guy is trying to look at this. This is so pathetic. This is why I hated him. This is the final nail into why I hated him. But as I said, now in this game, he's actually really cool. Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting about what Kaiser says. Let's see. So he has the charisma, whatever. Nurse is a machine. A brand new and perfect Isigi Yoichi. By the way, and perfect. He has no emotions, no irregularities. He is just focused on scoring. Is being born, controlling hopes and despair, the neo-egoist. His Blue Lock's Demon King. Yeah. But this is Ren saying it. It's not like Kaiser is talking. Let's see. There was only... Yeah, I don't think Kaiser is talking here. Ah, you mean the next chapter. Let me see. They're happy, yeah. So I was totally devoured. The moment the ball went to Ness, my feet froze, but Yoichi instantly began his next move. By running with no wasted movement and using... Okay, this is a trash explanation. Explain to me this. Is Ren blind? I don't get it. Is Ren blind? It's not... like, he knows Shido and... Like, you just... Hold on. Give me a second. You just saw Shido stop Kaiser in the previous chapter. Come on. By the way, I love this panel when they are switching on Rin like this. They confuse the living shit out of him. My finest clown. Yeah, that was some good trash talking. So in any case, so you can see here Shido is stopping Kaiser. Like he knows where they are. And then Kunigami flicks it in the air. Like Ren knows where Shido. It's not like he. Yeah, it's tunnel vision. Exactly. It is tunnel vision. It is tunnel vision. Yeah, exactly. He got tunnel vision on Isigi. Like he forgot about and it's not just forget about any player. He forgot about Kaiser and Shido. Like come on. Yeah, exactly. He should have tried something. He should have tried going around. Like you know they're there. In any case, let's carry on. So it's not as if all of Blue Lock has adapted to us. Every switch between offense and defense to keep the ball away from Onazi starts with Isigi Yoichi. He can read the situation and instantly formulate a plan. This is the fastest piece at its finest. The fastest piece with Metavision. And the ones who quickly fill in the missing pieces are the two brainiacs in the midfield, which is Karasu and Ryu. So this is not true, by the way. This is not true. This is true only when the ball is it is in Nigeria's possession. That's a problem. He should not have been focused on a lot of things. He should have been focused on Isigi and that's it. Shido is on Kaiser. You need to have a little bit of trust. But as I was saying, Karasu is the brain in the middle, and then Aiku is the brain stopping Onazi in the back. I feel like even the smartest player on the Nigerian team was ages behind Blue Lock. He thought that only Isigi is controlling the field, but no. He thought that Karasu is secondary, but then he will discover that Karasu is doing it too, and Aiku is doing it too. Which I think the chapter starts with. No, it's the previous chapter. In any case, as he was having his monologue, Rin immediately burst behind him. Isigi starts running, and Bachira seems to be going for the pass. They are heading to the goal. The twin aces are on the move. What's their next plan? Which of them will Bachira pass? Well, listen, like, come on, at least you know this motherfucker is not... Okay, sorry for cursing, but like, at least you know this guy is not going to pass. Like, come on. As if I'd pass to number ones. Like, look at this. This sequence is so beautiful. He goes to Onazi. Oops, he goes to Kuso. No, I'm between. And then he did what Yuki did in the U20 game, and he used his teammates to cut in between players. When he reached this moment, like when he reached this spot, there was nothing that Kuso and Onazi could do. Because if Onazi tries to do anything, he would collide with Isigi, and if Kuso tries to do anything, he would collide with Ren. Yeah, but like not trusting Shido is what I'm saying. He did not trust him, and they lost the ball in the previous chapter, and he did not trust him here, and Isigi scored. So that lack of trust is really the thing that killed Ren here. Yeah, that's true. Maybe because he needs Ren in the face, he wanted to refuse to pass to him or something. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Yeah. Yeah, what am I saying, man? Bachira really destroyed them here. Listen, they expected him to pass. Then all of a sudden he burst. Look, Kuso is still trying to process. Even Rin looks shocked. I feel like only Isigi expected this. Yeah. Like, and by the way, you at least know this guy would not pass. You should have at least watched the Neo Egoist League, and you know how much of an egoist this guy is. He needs his goal. He needs his football juices. Now, listen, as I said, Ren... As I said, I used to hate Ren, but like, we will get a better Ren in this game. Then, at the last minute, he forced his way through. What an ad-lib. Of course, he's like irregular. Soccer that fuses a strategic coordination of intellects with a total egotistical finish. Soccer that fuses talented learners with geniuses. That's it. So the intellect of Karasu, Ryo, and Isigi, and the genius of Rin, Bachira, and Shido, and the others. I don't know. I feel like no, that's not true. In the Nagi spin-off novel, we've seen Baro pass the ball to Chigiri and Nagi. Yeah, we've seen it. But like, listen. Yeah, maybe they don't know anything about them. I don't know. You know, guys, enough talking about Rin for a second. I want to focus on the game because I could do another live stream where we talk about players, which player destroyed his own team. In any case, so as I said, they seem not to know anything about the Blue Lockers despite the Neo Egoist League. I doubt it. You know, I doubt Shido would fight anyone because I feel like they are all great right now. And he doesn't fight great players unless they are cocky like Ren was. If you remember, Shido used to love Karasu because he saw Karasu as a very oppressive player. However, he hates Rin because Rin acts as if he's superior to everyone. Which, I don't know, he is in the right there. In any case, so Bachira scores. This is the reborn blue lock with Yoichi Isigi as its core. Okay, I don't know. Kuso keeps on like praising Isigi. Okay, we get it. Not bad, monster. Gonna scatter my ego all over the field. Look at this. Is this even about football? I'm gonna scatter my ego all over this field. Yeah, Shido. I don't think Shido fights anyone now. Like they are all giving him explosions at least. Yeah, at least especially with Chigiri's speed, they should have expected it. It is known. Well, Ren overall right now is really insane. I would not say he's better than Isiki though. I would not say he's better than Isiki or Kaiser. This game doesn't tell you a lot, or it doesn't tell you enough for me to change my ranking. I mean, Shido is the definition of weird. In any case, so Bachira scores. He does his like what's it called? His celebration. Yeah, he does his celebration. Something I don't like. No one came to celebrate with him. He's alone. Like no one came. Look, no one came. He's like doing to the crowd, and no one came to celebrate with him. And mind you, he did all of this without breaking a sweat. Nah, Rin is not better than Sai. Maybe that's true. Yeah, maybe they heard of Isigi, kind of like how Kaiser only heard of Isigi after the U20 game. He heard of the guy who became the hero of Japan. However, like he did not expect Baro, Shido, and Rin to be that good. Butcher has the best celebration ever. Doing a backflip like this, bro. No, I don't think so. I think individually, I think Rin and Lorenzo are the best. Obviously, Bunny will be too, but like, let's exclude him. We don't know much about him. Lorenzo and Rin, individually, like one-on-one, when it comes to dueling, there is no one better than them. Lorenzo is insane on defense. Berserker Rin is insane on offense. Now, when it comes to being overall better, I think because of his mentality, Kaiser is definitely overall better than Rin. As I said, this game did not give us enough for me to change my ranking after the Neo Egoist League. I don't feel like... Is it a front flip? Damn, it's actually more impressive. Look at this. He jumped so high and did a front flip. I mean, listen, we've seen Lorenzo barks. So maybe Bachira would do it too. But no, Ren. So the one-on-one Emperor, like, if you're talking about Yuki has been dethroned. The one-on-one Emperor in Blue Lock is definitely Berserker Ren. He's the best when it comes to one-on-one. I like Ren is the best at 1v2. Like he can take two players no problem. Nah, you know what? I want to see Italy because I want to see Lorenzo serious against Baro. Imagine that. Imagine like Lorenzo being serious, and imagine being there will be another new Gen 11 defender in Italy, like two new Gen 11 defenders, and like they completely lock out the blue lockers. That would be insane too. It would be the only defensive team. Nah, it's not 60% nerf. It's like 100% nerf. He sucks in the air. Like if you just take the ball into the air, he sucks. Like he can't do shit. In any case, so I'm not going to read Bachira's backstory because it's quite literally meaningless. I feel like Ego understands that Bachira is really great with his ego and he is very good, so he gave him a task that would make him understand himself a little bit better. But I really thought it didn't matter whatsoever. Like you learn about yourself by teaching others. That's kind of, and he also sent him to kids because Bachira is like a kid. Yeah, actually that's true. Lorenzo's whole problem is in the air. The problem is, I feel like Lorenzo. Yeah, but like it's. I don't think jumping ability is about height that much. Unazi can jump as high as Aryu, but he is like much smaller than him. I think the problem with Lorenzo is maybe because he's way too skinny. Maybe he can't conjure enough force to jump that high. But like on the ground, when it comes to locking down players or going one-on-one against a player who tries to dribble or do anything, Lorenzo is definitely the best. Let's carry on actually. I will make dribbling my ego and become number one in the U20 World Cups. Okay, whatever. Unazi is still, by the way, hopeful. Look at this dude. Look at this idiot. This guy rules. They caught us off guard. You think so? They did not catch you off guard. They actually destroyed you, and it's going to be downhill from here. I find it funny because while reading this, I thought to myself, Isigi actually knew how to destroy him, yet he chose not to score. This means that the game is already over. In any case, so they trying to hype themselves up. Kuso starts with dribbling, of course. As we move up the midfield with me as the axis, I have to keep an eye on Isigi Yoichi. We will revise our game strategy to get the ball to Unazi without Isigi Yoichi touching it. This is what I'm saying. The guy thinks it's only Isigi. The guy thinks because he's the best player, maybe like he is the only one pulling the strings. But that's not the case. Look at this. I'll stand in your way. And by the way, I remember in the anime, it's much better because there is a stop here. I will stand in your way. It's much better than this, much better than reading it. And Onaze is like feeling excited. What's next? I studied a new secret art during the 14 days Jinpachi Ego gave me. One that's used by defenders in one-on-one showdowns. Judo's principle of spacing. By reading the tiny movements of an opponent's body and gaze, you can sense their next action. When combined with my soccer defensive techniques, I become an impassable embodiment of martial arts. Do you think this is actually true? I think he's hyping himself a little bit too much. You can read all you want. I don't think he could defeat Ren. Yeah, they assumed Isigi is the only danger. However, I think, you know what? Since you brought the point of Isigi being like Sai, I think he is being like Sai not because he did not want to score. It's because he is rational and he is completely emotionless, much like Sai was. Like literally, Sai saw his brother having a breakdown and he was like, "Nah, you're good." "Nah, I like Isigi better, you're good." Yeah, Kusu really glazed Isigi a lot. Especially because he saw Karasu and Aiku doing the same. But anyways, so what I was saying about Aiku here. So he can kind of predict what the opponent is going to do. So you can see, as soon as Onazi moved, Aryu is on him. And you can notice that Aryu is a little bit behind Onazi. That's the time it takes to react. However, it's still enough to completely corner Onazi. What I don't like is him. I become an impassable embodiment. Like, impassable, really? I think Berserker Rin would destroy him. What do you guys think? listen, this was an unwinnable game, but like, I feel like a lot. The biggest mistake they did here was focusing on Isigi. They should have not focused too much on him. Sure, he was amazing and controlled the game, but like, the other players could score too, you know. And even if he didn't score the last goal, Japan would have still destroyed Nigeria completely with 3-0. Actually, you know, Snuffy, I think Snuffy uses it a little bit differently than this because, first of all, this is judo, I think. Yeah, it is judo. And, what is it? The way Snuffy uses it is actually a little bit, you know what? I think Isigi, I think only Lorenzo. I think Lorenzo is the only player who could. So one on one, I think Lorenzo wins. And I explained it. I have a whole matchup. Like you can watch a whole matchup. You can watch a whole matchup on this. Give me a second. So I made a whole matchup on this. What is it? Yeah, Sai versus Lorenzo. The problem I had, Lorenzo kinda is the kryptonite of Rin's playing style. That's true, yeah, every player glazes himself. The reason I say Lorenzo would beat him, listen, here's the thing. Rin reads the opponent. Yeah, Rin reads the opponent, and then he destroyed him. How do you read Lorenzo? Seriously, how do you read Lorenzo? You don't. You actually don't. That's what I'm saying. You don't read Lorenzo. That's why I say, like, I also did this video. What is it? I think this one. Yeah, Lorenzo versus every striker. I don't think he was a little bit glazed, but like he lost to a lot of players who plays in the air. Like like his kryptonite, Lorenzo's kryptonite is playing in the air, which if the team notices, it's actually a great thing to use against him. Like think about it. For example, Ren might not like win against him straight up, but like if the ball is in the air, Ren destroys Lorenzo. That's the issue, and Ren is great in the air, by the way. So I hope you understand. That's actually this is Blue Lock for you. It doesn't need to be. I don't think Blue Lock is being realistic. A team of strikers doesn't necessarily need to beat a perfect team like Nigeria. I get it, but like in the realm of Blue Lock, it is what it is. Yeah, true, but they kind of were strikers if you think about it. Hold on. Yeah, so Nagi, I feel like, listen, Nagi right now, I think Lorenzo's better. But like, if Nagi gets his ego, I think Nagi is the opposite of Lorenzo. Like, no, he's the kryptonite. Nagi would destroy Lorenzo. I think the ones who would lose miserably to Lorenzo are actually the ones with metavision, like Isigi, and the ones with dribbling, because Kaiser. Because Kaiser had insane metavision, it meant nothing against Lorenzo. And dribblers, we've seen no one try to dribble past him. No one, like when they see him, no, I'm not going to go one-on-one against you. But like players like Nagi, who mostly play in the air, or Shido or Kunigami, I think they win against Lorenzo. And hey, maybe in the U20 World Cups, Rin's dueling ability will evolve a lot, that he could beat Lorenzo no problem, yeah. That's true, it is a shonen. That's actually something. Oh shit. Thank you for reminding me. This is a shonen manga. It's not a sports. Like, it is sports, of course, but like, it is shonen before it is sports. Like, you have to understand this. Because there is just no way in hell someone like Kunigami doesn't dominate. Because the ability to snatch any ball in the air and score it is just way too valuable. Like, think Haaland, for example. Him and Shido should be, like, Kunigami and Shido should be one of the best. But, like, the writer needs to make it feel as if it's a story about Isigi. Yeah, I've never seen, I say it is really good, but, like, I've never seen it. I only watched, by the way, Blue Lock because of the trailer. They showed Isigi and his alter ego. In any case, let's carry on. So, as I said, Aryu was glazing himself here. Where are we? So, Few, guess I'm not getting past you, which is funny. Like he admits that I'm not going to try. Give me an idea, Kusu. Very well. So, you know what this is? You know, by the way, what this is? This proves it. So, give me an idea, Kusu. He is restrictive and he is freedom type player. Kuso is freedom type. Onazi is restrictive. Like that's the whole thing about them. In any case, it's so give me an idea. What I mean here, give me an idea. It's like Ren saying, give me an impulse. They need a trigger. So restrictive players, they need a trigger in order to pull off their best plays. However, someone like Kuso could initiate that trigger. I mean, listen, about Kunigami, sure, he might need a passer, but he played as if he doesn't. He doesn't like Isigi passed to him and he told him, you don't need to pass to me. Like even Baro doesn't do that. Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like Blue Lock is not realistic at all. Everyone needs a passer. Even Isigi needs a passer. Like the only few I think they don't need a passer are like the likes of Bachira, Ren, dribblers. But even then, they sometimes pass. Like we've seen Bachira in the when playing in the NEO. Yeah, but like his feat in the Manshine City game was amazing. Turning a shot into a pass, that's actually insane. In any case, let's carry on. So this is a massacre, This is a massacre and a lesson for Nigeria. Unazi did not see Nico at all behind Kuso. And Kuso, of course, doesn't have metavision to see him, but like Unazi should have at least saw him coming from behind. Because look at this. He took the ball from him like easily. And then and then when Kuso tried to get it back, Nico bodied him. If you get bodied by Nico, you are trash. I can't tell you anything. I am from Algeria. Yeah, I said it a little bit earlier. Yeah, I am from Algeria. Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, he dropped being a striker. As Ego told him, you need to drop your ego. Ego Jinpachi told Kunigami to drop his ego. And so he had no issue passing for Isigi and Kaiser. He did it with Kaiser too. He passed to Kaiser. In any case, so Nico here, again, his training, I'm not going to talk about it. He just trained his body. But like, listen, Nico is very young and he is very skinny. If you get bodied by him, you are just trash. I feel like, sure, he became more physically gifted, but it's nothing compared to like Ryo, Ender Prince, or like Nagi, or Shido. Of course, I'm not even going to bring Baro and Kunigami into this. In any case, he did a shitload of lifting. Their defensive line has evolved past our prior data. So they actually know about them. They did not, I don't know, they did not know, I don't know. This is, so like, if you know after the Neo Egoist League, you should at least expect Chigiri and Bachira. Sure, Nico was not strong before, but like, I mean, come on, you know about Bachira's dribbling. Hold on. Yeah, actually, this is something I need to address. They did not improve a lot. Do you think the Blue Lockers improved in like 14 days? And by the way, yeah, as he says, it's not 14 days. It's actually 50. It's 50 days we don't know. Like so for example, what Aryu said here, it's 14 days of this training. It's not the only training he had. No, it is 50. No, it is 50, I think. Or is it 44? I don't remember. But it is a lot. It's not like it's not like it was a little bit. And as I said, Nico is not strong by any means. What the writer's trying to tell you, he had a weakness of being, well, weak. But like now he at least can hold the ball for a split second. That's what the writer is telling you. He doesn't need to become like Baro, as strong as Baro. He just became strong enough for his playing style. Yeah, I remember it's 50 because I remember Nagi crying. Hold on. So it's 301, I think. So I remember Nagi crying, and it says 50 days. Yeah, 50 days until the U20 World Cups. And maybe they had a break of 1 week. So maybe that's why they said 44. But I don't know. I feel like let's actually try and figure it out. So yeah, it's just Nagi over the Nagi. Oh yeah, so we have this. So I wonder. Yeah, oh yeah, so they did not start until 47 days. Hold on, let's see further. Maybe let's see further. Hold on. So it's definitely okay, so he calls them here. Do we have a date here or not? So yeah, it is 45 days. It is 45 days. So 45 days when they got their training. Yeah, yeah, it is 45. Yeah, it is here. 45 is 45 until the U20 World Cups. So this 14 days that Aryu is talking about is the training is about this judo training. It's not all that he did. It's not like he was sitting on his ass. Do you understand it? Oh, hey Zeno. What's up, man? Welcome, welcome. Let me read. Hold on. So Isigi, the thing with Isigi, I think Isigi changed after what Noah did to him. It just was about mentality. This shows how important mentality is. By completely dissolving all of his emotions, he can rise every time. Now it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. X. I'm gonna call you X. Yep. I mean, listen. You wanna hear something crazy? How long do you think the NEL lasted? How long do you think the Neo Egoist League lasted? Yeah, I know you are, Zeno. Come on, man. You told me once, I think. Yeah. How do you think? How long do you think the NEL lasted? Because I've seen a lot of people think that 45 days is not enough. The NEL was actually 50 days, and I have the proof here. Let's see. I don't remember the chapter. I think it was 152, 153. Yeah, it's 50. It's 50 days. No, it is 50. It is 50. We know it's 50. No, it is 50. And I'll tell you why. So they get the call, they move. Okay, so it's 153. Hold on, give me a second. How do you lumps of talent? How was your time off? As you may have guessed, I already have received full authority in the matter of Japan's U20 representations. Yeah, even beaten dogs have their value. Yeah, the U20 World Cups is 100 days away. The U20 World Cups is 100 days away. See? So, and it's finished. So hold this thought. So 100 days. Then when chapter 301, we learn that it's finished immediately. It's finished at the 50th point. Give me a second. Here. If we go after, so this happened in the same day as this. Or I think maybe a day after. So it is 49, 50. It doesn't matter. So 50 days. Yeah, it is exactly 50. Yeah, they played every 10 days with one break, which is actually. And by the way, people don't understand this. The NEL games, the longest one is actually the PXG game, obviously, and it took. How long do you think it took? It actually took only 13 minutes. This actually explains why Isigi and Kaiser were able to go up, down, up, down, up, down, because it was only 13 minutes. Unlike a full game where it is 90 minutes, where you can't do that. Yeah, it lasted 3 years in the real world. That's true. Yeah, except the PXG game is for 34 games, 34 minutes. It's crazy. In any case, let's carry on. So Kuso here being complete shit. Their defensive line has evolved past our prior data. Damn, they're countering. Don't let him pass to Isigi. Look at this. Do you think he cares? Do you think Nico cares about like you covering Isigi? He has a lot of options. He has Karasu, he has Hiyori, Ryo, he has a lot. Yeah, and by the way, if you think it's a lot, if you think the NEL lasting 3 years is a lot, think of this arc that would last actually like 5 to 6 years. Listen, it's not about what feels longer or slower. It is said to be 30 minutes. Yeah. Wait, wait. I don't know. Listen, the reason I'm making fun of Kuso because I liked him a lot at first. I thought he will be the key to Nigeria at least scoring once, but like he ended up doing nothing. What do you mean our team? Do you mean Japan? I think they're going to lose in the next game against France. Listen, I think Kusu reads Blue Lock. He is one of Isigi's glazers. Bro, like immediately after he got the ball, no, don't let him pass to Isigi Oichi. Bro, like they don't need him to score. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, shit. Give me guys a second, actually. Give me guys a second. Let me read a little bit of comments. Isigi never lost. He didn't lose. Yeah, he didn't lose. Like since the World 5, yeah, he never lost. I mean, it's okay. I mean, well, to be honest, with FC or like with FC Barca, they've won thanks to him and Kaiser. It's not just him doing it. But like, I find it fine. Like, whatever. I think him losing to Rin twice and then not losing again makes sense. In any case, so let's carry on. Oh, you don't mind leaving this open? Look at this. Exactly what I'm saying. Focusing on Isigi and leaving this much space open. Look at this. Immediately to look, Bello is looking at the ball. Like he's not even predicting that it would go to Rio. What the hell? Like they're so bad, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, Nagi nerfed himself. It's not like it's not like the writer. Obviously, the writer, but like his mentality nerfed him. In any case, nice long pass, spot on Nico Chan. Go Chameleon. Okay, it's not starting with Isegi Yoichi. Oh my God, who would have thought? Like the guy is acting shocked about this. I really do not understand how bad you have to be to think, oh, actually it makes sense. You know what? It actually makes so much sense. I understand why he is glazing him so much. He thought that every team is like them. Every team, like the Nigerian team, revolves around Onazi, and he thought that the other team revolves around Isigi. But that was not the truth. That was not the case at all. And it took the other team to score 2 goals for him to realize. Hey Ace, think if Nagi meets Rin instead of Isigi and tried. Bro, that's actually such. I mean, you know what? It would have been the same. I think it would have been the same whether be it's Rin or Isigi. Because the 5-stage volley, I don't think even a pro could have stopped Nagi there. That's how insane Nagi is. Like I don't listen, I think only Noah or maybe Snuffy could have stopped him there. Listen, I'm not even sure about Snuffy. Because I think Noah might do something like he predicts the best option, but like even then, I think no one could have stopped the 5 stages of volley. So I think it would have been the same. He would have tried to beat Rin, then beat him with a 5 stages volley, and then he went to die. Let's carry on. Hold on, let me read a little bit. Kuso himself says breaking on Onazi isn't a goof. Yeah, that's true actually, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. What are you saying? How come they didn't see the NL? Yeah, that's what we are talking about. Like, they had prior data, as you can see here, but like, I don't know, like the NEL maybe it's not included. It's okay, Gamer Z. It's okay. Yeah, I am reading them. Don't worry. I read every comment. Don't worry. He just can't defend. That's what it's called, defensive awareness. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like. Wait. Exactly. No one could stop Nagi in that moment. No one. Like, as you say, maybe 2 pros, but I don't even think Noah could stop him there. It's like one of those cases of a genius doing his thing, kind of like. Bro, what? Why would you say that, Gamer Z? I don't understand why you're talking trash now. It doesn't matter. In any case, so Onazi is the first character to fail to score after. That's so true. He's the first character to fail to score after the backstory buff. Bro, he already destroyed Lorenzo after that buff, and like Onazi still failed to score. That's true. In any case, let's carry on. So obviously the chameleon copy. Now, you know what? So something I want to ask the community here, because this is something I did not understand. Is Rio's copying now 100% or is it still 99%? Yeah, but like his team ended up winning. I mean, sure, Bachara did not score, but Ren scored. In any case, so I was asking here. So at first, okay, we need to go to the other chapter. So let's read it. Initiate copy. Come on, original egoist. Done copy pasting. Let's go. Buzz. Bachara would say the most random shit. And then double Bachara formation. What the hell? Yeah, I'm sure he thinks Blue Lock is like them. They are relying too much on Isigi, but it's not the case. Isigi, for example, here, Isigi had nothing to do with this attack. Yet they are going to destroy them. Let's see. So Reo is copying Bachara, is playing with him. Like, you know, this would be so hard to stop. And I think they would beat Lorenzo, like, it's not really one-on-one, but like they would beat him to one-on-one easily. But like, look at this. Look at this. So they both dribble insanely, and then they both are great at passing. Like, that's how crazy this is. So like, you try to catch Bachira, he lobs the ball above you. This is like near impossible. Oh, I did not notice that the jersey also says Bachira. That's actually interesting. In any case, the original Meguro Bachira and his copy are making coordinated plays combos. This tactic isn't in our data. We can't adapt to this fast enough. Well, unfortunately, you are that weak. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Like, Nagi needed to evolve past it. So I think what he meant about scoring, like, his backstory led to a goal. So like Hiyori, when he joined, he destroyed Lorenzo, and then it led to a goal. And it's the same thing with Bachira. He destroyed all of them, and then Rin scored. That's what I think he meant. It's a free and technical charge up the center. free. This confirms that Bachira is definitely freedom type. I mean, we all knew it, but like, it's just a confirmation. Gotta follow them. This guy wants to like stop them. They need to stop them. So I feel like, I don't know, but like they didn't follow them at the end, no? Oh right, yeah, I forgot because because they suck. Look at this. So they all threaten the defense. And Kuso is confused for a second, and this motion seems as if he stopped running. And this is where it happens. He copies Chigiri from so far. Chigiri's golden formula is actually not here. It's actually a little bit closer. So I don't know, I feel like Rio might be evolving a little bit. Like he's not copying 99% and that's it. Maybe he introduces something different. I don't know. In any case, so Kuso is having a meltdown. Now they have chance to pass to an ace. They're fine-tuning their attacks to fit any situation. They have too many options. And especially like with 3 freedom type players, you know they are going to score. Blue Lock is impossible to predict. What will they do next? Copy and change. Model Chigiri. I love this, by the way. Model Chigiri. It's like his, what's it called? It's like his Optimus Prime. He's like changing between like a truck and his like humanoid form. I mean, he could score. Karasu literally could score. He still can like score as we've seen him in the U20 game. But I don't know, like it's not really needed. In any case, so as I said, Chigiri's golden formula is a little bit, we can actually see it. Hold on. What chapter was it? I think 175, 77, maybe. Yeah, it is. Oh wait, no, it is in the previous chapter. Yeah, so let's see. See, it is a little bit inside, and Rio is shooting from here, which is like, I don't know, like 5 meters away, maybe, I don't know, but like it is still inside, and now look, it is actually much closer. Yeah, the golden, yeah, it is the same. It is the same, not much closer. Yeah, it is here. So it is here, and Bachira is shooting from here. That's actually interesting. So he's not copying them like as they are. He actually is adding some things. That's actually very interesting. Now, to be honest, what I don't like is why did he copy Chigiri though? He could have copied Rin or Baro, who had both better shots. But anyway, it ended up not mattering because he scored, but you get the point. These guys are unreal. How is Blue Lock this damn good? Well, they had to go through hell. Let me read a little bit. I mean, Yuki and Otoya stayed as strikers, while Karasu became a defensive midfielder. What do you mean he has a technical formula that applying it would cost him physical ability, like would be at the cost of his physical abilities? Tell Nigeria that Japan is not reliant on one person like them. Exactly. That's why Kusu was so focused. I did not understand it at first. This is why I like doing these streams. You can understand a lot from this. In any case, so Super Golasso, Rio Mikagi. That looked just like that slice shot Hiyoma Chigiri debuted during the Neo Egoist League. Even the fans know. With that Karen model shot from 44, Japan has jumped up to 2-0. Now, I want you guys to notice something. How many attacks happened in this game so far? So Onazi started it, then Ren, then Bachira scored, then then Onazi once more, and now Rio. So 5 attacks. All of this happened in nearly the halftime. Like, like I don't understand it. The time flies by in this game, while it was very slow in the PXG game. So I think Baro would play a huge role against England. He's the type of player who shines in tough situations like that. Shido, I think Shido will be the star of the next game, even though they will lose it. He will score. He will be the only one scoring against France. That's what I think. As for Kunigami, I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. I really do not care about him. I mean, he could shine as a defensive midfielder next to Karasu, but I don't really care. In any case, so the Nigerians are actually down. Onazi is still optimistic. He says, it's fine. We made it this far by busting through walls like this. Yeah, look, again, this proves that he is restrictive. We're connected by soccer. We're the world's strongest family. Well, bro thinks family is going to save him. Bro thinks he's in Fast and Furious. 12 years ago, Nigeria. Okay, so I'm not going to read the backstory, this one at least, because there's nothing happens really here, so it's not important. Let's carry on. Nice to meet you, Onazi. We are your new family. Trust me. It's fine. I am here with you. Bro is still thinking, like, you know what infuriates me about this? He saw that Blue Lock is scoring without even trying, and they cannot even break through. They did not even shot one shot on Gagamaru yet, and he still thinks that they could score, maybe. Bro, what? Like, not even score. They think they might win. Honestly, Isagi's crash out here really was fitting. Like, bro, calm your tits down. It's not fine because right now in front of you I am here. I like it. This is trash talking I like from Isagi and Karasu. Let's move on. So, how many chapters are left? I think 8 chapters. That's fine. Okay. Yes, look at this. Almost. Yeah, it's actually more than half an hour passed with 5 attacks. All of the PXG game happened in the same span. Can you really imagine this? This makes no sense whatsoever. In any case, let's carry on. Yeah, the announcer, I don't care what the announcer says. Time to battle it out for the last 10 minutes of the first half. After all of this, it's quite clear to me. Without a doubt, Blue Lock is the strongest team we've ever faced. You know what this means? This means that Japan is not just stronger than all the African teams. It's leagues ahead because this is the strongest African team. They won the U20 They won the U20 African Cup. But they are saying that Blue Lock is the strongest, meaning they won against Egypt, against Morocco, against us, Algeria, but they are struggling to even breathe against Japan. That's how crazy this shit is. He actually, that's actually true. Rage Bait did not work on them. He needed to like awaken them by force. Yeah. And Rafa, what Isigi is doing is actually, he's pushing them. He's pushing them so they can evolve. That's what he is doing. In any case, so watch this. After 2 goals, he actually started to understand the game. The source of that strength lies in these 3 guys along the field center. Isagi Yoichi, Tabito Karasu, and Oliver Aiku. These three have high soccer IQ and take broader view of the game, which is metavision, as they calmly use their intellects and logic to analyze our tactics, then initiate switches between offense and defense to control the structure of the match. Doesn't this remind you of anything? It actually reminds me of how Sai seemed to the Blue Lockers. He seemed way ahead, the strongest opponent they faced, and he seemed to understand everything that they do and even more. I feel like the roles have been reversed. However, this time it's not just one player, it's actually a whole team. Yeah, it is the weakest, but it doesn't matter. You know what? After the game, Marv, after the game I will react to it, don't worry. On top of that unshakable foundation, are there 2 spears of unfettered imagination and explosive speed. And then there is the unpredictable, destructive genius. I feel like he didn't do anything for you to say this, but I feel like they've seen the NEL. The initiative artisan and the cool-headed left-footed passer. Like, where did you see any of this? Finally, at the back line are two contrasting elite defenders who couldn't be more unalike. Nico is on the ground and Aryo is in the air. That's very simple. But the one holding together this hodgepodge of circus freaks is undeniably Isagi Oichi. Hodgepodge. Hodgepodge. What the hell is this world? His skills are born from his brain and his adaptability. No shit, genius. Unless we can crush uh, that Rin leader, Nigeria can't win this. I honestly feel like even if they crush Isagi here, they cannot win. Like, they need to, you know what? There is no way they could win. Nothing they could do, they could win. Even if they crush Isagi, Karasu, and Aiku, Ren would go crazy and score. Bachira would go crazy. So, there is nothing they could do. Algeria, I don't think it's even competing. I'm sorry, but it's not even competing. It's my country, but I don't think it is competing. And by the way, Zeno is also an Algerian. The guy named Mutiman. In any case, let's carry on because I'm a little bit running out of breath. Nope, that was just the first time. Yeah, so again, this backstory doesn't matter because nothing literally happens in it. If we have Onazi, do you think we can go pro? Yeah, dream bigger. Yeah, all of this really doesn't matter to me. I feel like, except, yeah, this. I was gonna say, I feel like except their word. Look at this. So Nigeria, new generation, 6-0 win in the African team, and Onazi is like the luminous hero of the country. U20 African Cup champions. U20 African Cup champions. I am here. Bro thinks this is the same problem with Japan. They were strong against each other, but yeah, nothing. Yeah, me too. I don't watch football. I only read Blue Lock. Time to drive. By the way, so all of this, so you know, this talk from what is it? From this, so it was 10 minutes. Look at this. They took 10 minutes to build one attack. This is so bullshit from the writer. Like, come on, we're not that stupid. At least give us a reason. Like, give us shots of them attacking and not succeeding or something like that. I don't know. Hold on. Time to drive it home. Onazi's weapon is his overwhelming momentum due to his extraordinary heart and lungs. So he is very, very, very durable. And above all, his natural jumping and flexibility that make mid-air plays possible. The greatest reason why Onazi is a striker is that his ability to shoot in mid-air effectively doubles his shot area. I never understood why. Like, why does shooting in the air double your shooting area? Like, why does it... Oh, I think he means not in range, but actually, like, he could shoot from the air and on the ground. So, technically, it is double. Okay. And so he says, I am surpassing you, Isagi Oichi. By the way, look, Isagi did the fatal mistake here. He's not pressing him enough. And Aiku cannot deal with this because you can't. He is shooting in the air. What you gonna do? Like, you need to be either further to stop it or really close to take the ball before he catches it. However, I think they were a little bit far. But, of course, Gagamaru saves everything. Now, this is a very interesting training, and I think I've seen it. I don't know. I don't remember when or where, but I've seen real goalkeepers train like this. Not with a machine though, with smaller balls, like the tennis ball, but like not with a machine. This is a little bit absurd. Yeah, but like I'm not saying just to respond. I'm not saying he needs to show every attack, but at least show us that some attacks are happening behind like in the background. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the guy had the nerve to say that he is surpassing Isagi. Bro, you're not even like 20% of Isagi right now. Just calm your horses. No, I didn't. I don't watch football. Like, the last football I've seen is the 2018 World Cups. I don't remember. Yeah, France versus Croatia, I think. Yeah, that was the finals. That was the last time I've seen football. 2018. Nah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Listen, Unazi is competing with the likes of Shido, with the likes of Agi, and with the likes of Bunny. And so he will never get a best of anything. Like, he doesn't have anything. I might watch the 20. You know what? I have an idea. I want to do the 2026 World Cups if it was an anime. Like, it's a funny meme. Like, the thing that happens to it happens only in anime, something like that. Because something crazy always happens. Well, I actually stopped because I got bored from football. I no longer find it entertaining or anything. And to be honest, I only liked it because everyone liked it. You know. Hold on. Oh yeah. The MVP is Bachira, of course. It's not even a context. It's not even a contest. I see baseball. So yeah, so Gamaru here is training with faster and smaller objects. This means his reaction would be much faster. This only works because he is a genius. If this was a talented learner, he would just kill him. But like, because he even Algeria would lose 6 to bro. Algeria. I don't think Algeria is competing in this championship to begin with. No, 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 no. Do you think Unazi is top 10? No, I don't think so. Let's actually think about the top 10 in what's it called, in the NEL. So we have Rin, Isigi, and Kaiser. We have Baro and Shido. We have Bachira, Reo, Karasu, Hiyori, Ness, Charles. We already are at 11. All of these are better than Unazi. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't think he's better than Karasu or Reo. No, not to the point of Sendo. But I think you know what? I think he is on Yuki and Otoya's level, which makes him top 15 maybe. Maybe. I'm not really sure. I need to do a matchup of him, by the way. In any case, let's carry on with the chapter. I think I'm going to stop the stream here. I'm getting a little bit tired, to be honest. And we will continue maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll do another live stream and we continue the game. What do you guys think? Yeah, as I said, so to carry on, as I said, this only works because he is a genius. By sharpening his reflexes, he becomes a better goalkeeper. In any case, so not just my head, learn it with my body. So yeah, he's having muscle memory with how he can do. Yeah, I will do the DM request after this. Yeah, I will finish the first half and then look at this. Isigi could not do anything, and Aiku is too far. So Kususe go, shine in hope. This trajectory is tilting upwards, but my body is moving on its own. And this is actually huge if you think about it. Actually, the ball is moving slower than the baseball. This puny shot can't slip past me. Even, you know what? This is insane that someone as likable as Gagamaru is shit talking to Nigeria. This is how bad they are. Yeah, I think he is on Yuki's level with the Predator eyes, which puts him on Otoya's level. Definitely, yeah. So right behind the likes of Karasu, Hiyori, Aiku, and Reo. Yeah, that would be fitting. Which makes him top 15 maybe. Maybe even top 20. I don't know. You know what? Let's count them. So we have Kaiser, obviously. We have Rin, we have Isigi, we have Baro, Shido, Bachira, Charles, Ness, Hiyori, Karasu, Aiku, Reo. So that's 12. I think he is top 15, yeah. Yeah, so by the way, this is very important because if you remember, back in the U20 game, I don't remember when was it. I don't remember. So maybe 134. Yeah, I think this is the one, or at least. Yeah, I think it's the next chapter. Okay. Look at this, by the way. Karasu was always on side. He was always delaying him so the blue lockers could have. Oh shit, I forgot about Lorenzo and Agi. That's true. He might not even make the top 15. I'm sorry. How could I forget about Lorenzo? In any case, so Carasso was always the lane side, which gave the Blue Lockers like a little bit of leeway. Yeah, look at this. A press to stop him not to steal. Good one, Carasso. Those extra seconds will be huge because it gives them time to react. In any case, so when Shido shot, like his shot, got saved by a miracle from Gagamaro. However, here he actually understands where the ball is going because he sees it in slow motion. It's much slower than the baseballs, and so he just blunk destroys him. I am Japan's guardian deity. Okay, everyone is glazing himself right now. First half, I've got this on lock. 2-0. Nigeria is really in shambles. So I think I'm going to read the DM from Marv and then I will stop. Yeah, I don't know, for how long was the stream? Oh, we're already 2 hours and a half. Yeah, I think we need to stop here. Bro, this is Marv, this is a lot, but like, let's finish with it. Okay. So during Sai's interview in chapter 4. So we already spoke about chapter 4. Let me put it on display. So what we are going to do right now is talk about why Sai should have been a pro, but he couldn't go just because he lives in Spain. That's the only reason he's not a pro. Which, by the way, makes him by definition better than Kaiser. Just throwing it out there. So this is the one. This is where he talks about like being pro, and it is forbidden for foreign minors because he was 18, and I think it is 19, the age of consent. I don't know. In any case, so then Marv says in chapter 90 of the manga or episode 23 of the anime, Luna, who is a striker of the strongest club in the world, highly respects Sai's ability to point that just knowing Rin is his brother, he believes that alone should mean Rin has insane talent. So not only does Luna have knowledge of Sai's ability, which means Sai likely had at least some sort of training with the pro team. I don't think that's true. I think it's the same as what's it called? If you remember, Prince also knew about Kaiser. Let's do it here. If you remember, Prince also heard of Kaiser and he heard that he is amazing. But like, it doesn't mean that he trained with him. I think Luna just heard that Sai is amazing. I think it's after Nagi's goal, so it's definitely around here maybe. Yeah, it's right before this. So yeah. He gives the ball to Kaiser and Prince comes. I've heard about you. It's like he knows him, but like it doesn't mean they trained or played against each other. It just means that Kaiser is that good. I don't think that means that Sai played like a pro or anything. But let's move next. This makes more sense. During chapter 4, Sai is one of the best players in the world. Oh wait, really? Let's actually see it. If I played soccer here, I'd be better off playing with some German college students. Look at this. This is the state of Japan back in the day. Itoshi-kun, you were chosen as one of PIFA's best it's New Gen 11. It's the U20 thing. Who's sought after by clubs, teams all over the world. Yeah. Oh, maybe this could mean that he is trying to, like, he is going pro as soon as he comes of age. Yeah. Don't you have any aspirations to someday wear the rising sun and represent Japan? I'm not interested in the slightest. I can never become best in the world playing for a puny country like this. My dream is to win the Champions League. Yeah, this doesn't mean he is going pro. You could have a dream like Isigi is dreaming of beating Noah, but like he's not like. Well, you're talking about the MVP. Now the MVP is Bajiro. Like, if the writer does anything and give it to Isigi, I would really hate it. It's definitely Bajiro. Wait. Oh yeah, lower. Okay. There is no forward in this country who can receive my pass. I was just born in the wrong country. Thanks for your precious time. He's so condescending. Yeah, thanks for your hard work. My manager will handle the rest, I suppose. There isn't anyone in Japan who can satisfy this genius, who's only interested in being the best in the world. Where does he say it? Oh yeah, here. Okay. I don't care about that. I only came back because my passport expired. That's true, but does it seem crowded here? Ah, it seems like there is a press conference in the event hall. Yeah. Here's they're talking about Blue Lock, and then Sai gets excited. What does it say? It. Wait, you mean this translation is bad? Nah, I think it's not about. You know what? I'll read it. You know, I have the chapter. I have the right chapters. I can't show you guys, but I have like the official translation. I'll read it. Don't worry. You know what? I love this about like the streams. We could do this. We could do things like interacting like this. It's chapter 4 at the start. Where is it? Chapter 4. Let's see. I'd rather drop dead. Hold on. You know what? It's actually the official translation. No. This is the official translation. It's the same one I have. And I have the official translation. Yeah, by the way, that's true, Zeno. The art changed a lot. Look at Sai. Look at his forehead. Bro, you can tell he's a talented learner from that forehead. Let me read what you sent. Because there is no forward in this country who could receive one of my passes. I was simply born in the wrong country. Oh, thanks for your time. What is it? What is it, bro? Yeah, I know. I am in Discord. Where is it? Like, resend it. Because there are a lot of panels and... yeah, Karasu, he knew can't win, so, well... It was male Sakura is so true. They both had an insane forehead. He's KSI, but from Japan. If you know, you know. Yeah, so what's about this? It doesn't say anything. In all of Japan, none of the talent... What? Interest this genius, who may well be one of the best players in the world. That's the wrong translation. That's a fan translation. The official... This right here, what I am showing you, is actually the official translation. I've checked, yeah. So, who's only interested in being the best in the world, which makes more sense, because Sai is not one of the best in the world. Once you go pro, you're no longer one of the best. Sure, you are one of the best in the U20 league, but you are no longer it is no longer the case when you go pro, unless you are Loki, of course. But like this is the right translation. So I hope you understand. This site is official translation, or at least, well, for like old chapters. For newers, they will change it. They start with their own translation, then they will change it. Yeah, and I checked because I have the official chapter, and it says exactly this. In any case, let me carry on. Hold on. So then, during episode 11 of the anime, we also see play for Pro Team. No, it's not. Yeah, but like it says New Gen 11. This is the secondary team. It's not the main team. Okay, hold on. Let me show it so people can know what I'm talking about. This is what he's talking about. But like it says the New Gen 11. He is playing like New Gen 11. He is playing with the U20 team. It's not like he's going pro or anything here. Let me carry on. Two most popular ways to debunk it is to explain as he wanted to see Blue Lock and that he turned 18 after the second selection. That doesn't matter. Like him turning 18 or anything, like it doesn't matter. Because even if now he could play as a pro, He needs to wait for the like either the season or like the half season. No, but like I know. Listen. This panel gives it all. This panel gives it all. The only reason he could not play as a pro is because he was a minor, which means he is definitely is on that level. Hey Yassine, what's up, man? Anyways, do we understand this, guys? Because I'm really tired. We've been at it like for almost 3 hours now, yeah? So I think, yeah, maybe tomorrow or no, I think I might post Rin versus Nagi tomorrow. So maybe we could do it the day after. And if I don't post it tomorrow, then I will do a stream tomorrow where we talk about the remaining of the game. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. By the way, everyone, check Yassine. He makes banger videos on One Punch Man. So he's a must. If you like One Punch Man slightly, he is a must. It is 10 p.m. Now, it's not about being tired because it's late. I've been working like the whole day on the renovations and on like Rin versus Nagi. And I've I've talked a lot for the stream, so I'm a little bit tired. It's not like that. Yeah. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining, and until next time, take care.